Warning. This podcast may be offensive to you if you are easily offended. If you are easily offended, please leave this video. This video is just some friends discussing things and may contain some humor or topics you don't like. It may also have opinions you don't agree with. So please, leave the negativity at the door.
What is going on, YouTube? I would like to welcome you guys back to the incREDible podcast exclusively on Red's World. And I am going to put this on Facebook, so if you're watching on Facebook, welcome. But YouTube is where it's at. But anyway, so this is going to be episode 2 of the incREDible podcast. And I got, someone who's a good friend of me. It's my buddy Taylor. I'm going to pass you guys over to him and let him link you guys to his stuff. What's going on with you, man?
Not too much. I actually really suck at being a content creator because I like to shame delete stuff and eventually just not get around to it. But I'm the DeadlyDoberman. You can catch me on YouTube with my really bad quality live streams and normally like ASMR gameplay because I don't like talking too much. So.
Okay. Well, we'll have that link down in the description as well, so you guys can check him out if you want to. But we're just gonna get into some random conversation and some random just whatever happens. But
Yeah.
but you said you're a shame creator, essentially. Like, you create shit you hate. Is that what you're getting at? You kind of like...
Yeah, so it's like you just kind of throw it together and then eventually just like, leave it up for a couple days, couple weeks, and they're like, yeah, no, it got no hits, delete.
I'm not gonna lie to you though. For like myself, one of the things that I realized about myself and a lot of YouTubers that I watch say this stuff when they look back, if you're not looking back at yourself and cringing, you never grew. So if you're looking back in a week and cringing, you're growing a lot in a week. You're like, fuck, I'm terrible.
Yeah.
Man, I was like that a lot at first on my channel, and I kind of, we all kind of get insecure here and there, but like, I don't know, it just got to the point where I'm like, fuck it, even if I hate it, someone will enjoy it, You never know what's gonna be your popular video.
I know as of right now, because I don't really promote my channel or nothing, or
that's important. That's very...
yeah,
I suck at promo still.
But I think the most videos I have, or the highest view one I have, it's like a 5-second footage of if you remember, did you ever play Mass Effect? I'm sure you have. That's a pretty big game of our generation.
Great.
And
Fantastic.
Oh yeah, and it was the second one where you can use the renegade function and just punch that reporter in the face. Yeah, that's like my most popular video.
How many views do you have on it?
Dude, like I said, I don't promote nothing, and that's just something I mess around with. I think it's like only like 42. So
that's good though.
Like,
that's a good start.
Yeah, it's nothing to brag about, but it's like it's just something I threw up there and then toss the rest out.
I remember the first video I had that I was kind of like, oh shit, maybe I can get people to watch, was like, it's kind of humbling, like you just said, where it's like, it's nothing, I'm not, and you kind of like downplay it, but it does still feel good.
Yeah.
I did a Madden, I think it was 21 video, and like the game was terrible. It's hilarious. It's actually a pretty funny video, but I was terrible at being a YouTuber at the time. Like, I was just like, wow, real quiet, just like terrible reactions, so on and so forth. But like, I put the video out and it had like 27 views on it, and I was like, that's pretty good. That's pretty damn good.
Hey, something. It's something.
It's wild though. As you make more content, you will see the weirdest fluctuation. I can't tell you like I'm, some grade A YouTuber or something, but with like just from my journey so far, like, you'll have some videos where like you're gonna have 1 or 2 views out the gate, but then in 3 months, for some random ass reason, it blows up. Like between the holiday, I kind of took some time, and then I had like a real bad like it wasn't COVID, but my eyes were burning like a motherfucker. It was like a fever or something. I literally just felt like I was melting for like 2 weeks, and I'm like, content is a bitch
Yeah,
to care about right now. And then I did the
no doubt.
holidays, and then I got fucking COVID right as I planned on coming back, and
Yeah,
it wasn't like I couldn't make content. I just didn't feel like you got to be in the right state of mind to make good content, and
yeah,
I wasn't, so I didn't, and it was definitely very weird. But my whole point in that whole spiel is I look at my analytics on YouTube, and if you don't have YouTube Studio on your phone, definitely download that. It'll tell you like everything. But when I looked, I had like 1,000 views, like 24 hours watch time and shit, and I'm like, I haven't even uploaded anything. What the fuck are people watching? And they're watching videos back from fucking some time ago. Am I lagging on Discord for
yeah.
you?
Nah. You sound pretty good.
I'm talking about
Yeah.
the camera. Like on my camera, it's like real
Oh,
jittery, but on OBS,
I
it's
mean,
crystal clear.
I mean, it looks pretty good.
It's not
I would say it's kind of
like on my like I look. I'll show you.
that's it.
You move on there so you can see it now. I guess it doesn't
Yeah,
look
it's a
that.
little bit of a delay. Yeah.
Like, look how jittery it is on my side. But it looks crystal clear in
Oh yeah.
OBS. I don't know what the fuck. Oh well, as long as it looks
Yeah, I
good
think
over
it'll
here.
look good. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that's so bothersome to look at because I'm seeing that right here, and then I got the other cat. I keep myself and you behind my camera, so it looks like I'm looking at the camera. But
Gotcha.
so what one of the things that as a creator you'll start to kind of discover is that you fit into a certain niche, whether that be like comedy gaming, horror gaming. Like,
Yeah.
what do you feel as of right now is like your goal to kind of get into, and where do you feel most comfortable at?
Oh man. I mean, a lot of times I don't feel like I got much to talk about. Plus, between my kid, the dogs, and all that stuff, since I don't get a lot of free time. Yeah, most of the time it's just gameplay. I feel like right now with my girl being gone with the kid, that I can sit down and actually talk and do stuff.
Hmm.
Which of course I'm doing it with you right now. but
Right.
but but normally I just kind of stream it or record it depending on, and if stuff really goes crazy, I might chime in and be like, oh shit, or something like that. But most of the time, it's just gameplay. But if I could actually have some peace and quiet in my house, which is very, very, very rare, uh,
I'm glad I don't have kids yet, man.
yeah, yeah, it'd probably be more towards the comedic gaming route, because I take zero games very seriously,
I feel like
and
um like, not to interrupt, but um
oh, you're fine.
I feel like you have, just from our history, you have like the filthy Frank,
Oh
humor
yeah,
style. And I will say this, those videos are hard. They're not necessarily hard to make. They're high energy. They're just a shot in the dark, absolute, just wild. And it's hard to have that exuberance at
yeah,
our age. We're getting to the point where it's like, in life, you kind of want to pull away from being that kid and be more mature and humble. But like, I find myself a lot of times when I'm making content, like, the thing that's holding me back is that I'm not letting that inner kid come out. If I allow myself to mentally just be like, just do what the fuck you would do when you were wild, that shit is
yeah,
funny and it'll blow up. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But I definitely feel like, just from my experience, and I mean, it's up to you, obviously, but just my experience playing with you and, everyone over in that little group, like, you guys could make some pretty funny content. It's a matter of doing it, man. And, like, um, the hardest thing about YouTube, honestly, other than endless hours of editing and
Editing,
promo and
yeah.
all that shit, is the initial. It's like that first time you do it, because when you've set that first time, like right now, this may be the first podcast you're on, and then mentally it's
Mhm.
like, I don't know, or like maybe this nervousness or just not wanting to do it, or you never know what's going on inside of your brain, but somehow it just keeps getting pushed back, and then finally you do it, and it's like, that wasn't the greatest, but it's not bad. And
Yeah.
then now you have like, okay, next time I can maybe change the camera angle, or I can, if the audio's not clear, I can get the audio clear, or I can lighting, or whatever may happen, and then you start to see like, oh well, shit, I can make those videos, or and if you don't like it, then you don't do it. But like, just take a
Yeah.
chance, man. Make a skit, make a whatever, like, and that's where I'm actually lacking. I went and bought this, fucking $350, $400 GoPro,
GoPro.
and I don't ever make like anything outside the house.
In all fairness, I told you, man, that if you wanted to do some skits, I'm down to do some funny stuff. It might be
See, and that's
destructive.
the thing too, is like, I know we would all do it, and I know it would be funny, but goddamn, there's no time for anything, and we're all fucking in our
Yeah.
own world. Like, it's not even laziness at this point; it's recovery. It's like you do a bunch of shit, and it's like, I just don't want to. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just
Yeah.
not
Oh
feeling
yeah,
that
no
shit
doubt.
right now. That's the
Yeah, I
worst
know. Like,
thing.
well, I saw now, like the whole week, man. You're like, hey, I want to get you on. I'm like, dude, I've been doing some some
And I
stupid
feel that,
cable
man.
behind something.
Well, and you were ready, but then I got COVID, so we had to push it back. And
Yeah,
that's why I ended up putting out the first episode too, because it was like, we're just not on the right schedules. I'm gonna just see if someone
yeah,
wants to do it as well. And I mean, Jeremiah's a real good friend of mine, so it was cool to have him on too. But you know, obviously, like I said, we planned on doing it. So
yeah.
but I mean, that's how shit works, and just keep trying to bring it back. I mean, I can't tell you, I got fucking notebooks of just like random ideas and shit, and it's like, I'll go back and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, I'll do that this month. Like, I'm gonna try to do that shit. Me and my girl, we
Yeah.
do videos with the dogs. We do, and all of that stuff just started as like we're just sitting there and like, I don't know how we're gonna do that. Uh,
Yeah.
but when when you tell yourself like, okay, um, it's it's kind of like singing in front of somebody or something. If you've never done that before, like if you take it serious and you don't want to sound bad, and it's like, it doesn't want to come out, or like, I don't know how to really
Yeah.
give the analogy, but it's right there, but you can't push it forward. But if you push it forward,
Yeah.
I mean, you get better. Um, but I mean, how's everyone over on your side of things? I know Marcus and Will. I don't think you guys talk to Chris anymore.
Yeah, no, not really.
I talk
I
to him on
mean,
Facebook every now and then, man. He seems to be doing all right for himself.
yeah, I mean that's the whole beef between I think with Chris and Will. I don't want to get into that, of course,
Mm,
but
right.
I mean he never had a problem with me, so I never had a problem with him,
Okay.
because I'm like, dude, I'm staying out of everything, and
Yeah.
I'm trying to be friends with everybody,
I actually
and it's
thought
like
about
y'all
this, man.
do what y'all do.
I thought about this the other day, and I wanted to ask you about this. So we played 2K. This was probably 2K19, 2K20, and you had a friend who
Hmm.
played with us. What the fuck was his
Uh,
name?
Ian, Ian,
Not Ian.
I
It
believe.
wasn't Ian. It was the other
Uh,
one.
Adam.
No, I know Adam.
It was
Um,
probably Ian then,
it
because we
wasn't
normally
Ian.
played.
There was a
You sure?
what is his name?
Was it the
Uh,
guy that you and him that got into it or whatever? I think because I was actually outside smoking,
Well, it
And I was
started
kind
with
of,
me and another person, and then Ian jumped in. What was his name?
I'm trying to remember who else, because I kind of remember the scenario. It was like a bad rec game, bad
Yeah,
throwing
it
game,
was something fucking really
and
stupid. We were just all mad at the video game. What is his name though?
and so
Damn it.
because I remember I wanted to go out and go out and smoke, so I pulled out my headphones, and I forget what you were saying, but then I think yeah, Ian jumped in or
Yeah, yeah,
something
yeah.
because he thought
He thought I was
I
trying
was
to
pissed
like
off
be
or
an
something.
actual asshole or something, like
Yeah,
and fight people or something.
yeah,
And it was kind of like it's
yeah.
not
I
even
remember.
that fucking serious. I can't remember the dude's name though. It's less about what happened and more about I literally thought about this because I think about mental health a lot more nowadays and stuff. And I was at the time that dude he had like a Bengals profile picture. I think I could
Oh, Ryan, Ryman.
Ryan. That's what it was.
Yeah, yeah.
How's he doing, man? And I don't
Uh,
say that to be childish.
uh,
Like
he's doing better.
that's
Yeah,
good, man.
not. He's doing good. He's kind of high strung. I mean, his life. Like I said, I'm not gonna put his dirty laundry out there or nothing.
No, no, no,
It's a it's just a little rough, and I can see why he's a little high strung about
no.
that
I feel it,
stuff.
man. We all
So,
go through shit. When I was going through my court shit, dude, and that was at that time
oh yeah,
too. I believe it may have been right after, but I was a completely different person, man. Once, like, literally, I started my YouTube like a year and a half ago, and right before that, I was messing up, man. Like, I was just in a bad spot. I was still like I was functioning, but it was like a high functioning fucked up person. And we've all had,
yeah, oh yeah,
something in our lives where we're just, but like, look, I'll give you a little story. Um, when um when I was dealing with my court situation and everything, I for some reason started getting real bad body anxiety. I don't know why. Something traumatic happened in my brain and I started getting real bad body anxiety. Um I couldn't smoke weed. It was giving me panic attacks. I got a real bad claustrophobia, but not like, oh, I can't be in small areas. Like, it's a different form where, like,
yeah,
if the air is stale, you feel like you're suffocating. So now if I was to smoke weed, I'm over here like I'm not breathing. And it's like clearly I'm breathing, but I
yeah,
can't calm myself down. I start to panic. Well, I started going through these weird body panic attacks. It was like I would feel something in my body and my brain would tell me like something's fucked up. And I don't know exactly what was triggering it. You could say like insecurity, like, oh, you're a big guy, you might be having a fucking heart attack or something retarded. And like my brain was just out of this, like, and I'm not unhealthy. I've been to the doctor, like, yeah, I'm chubby, but
yeah,
my heart's fine. I don't have high blood pressure. I don't have diabetes, nothing like that. But my brain, and the doctors told me, like, anything that you're experiencing is not a heart attack. And I couldn't, like,
it's mental.
I was that fucked up from it that I couldn't. So what I started doing is, so I would take little stupid shit that people would tell me, and I didn't pick, but my brain would pick to certain little things, and it would carry them over. And my mom told me, I called her one day, like, something's wrong, and she was like, "You're fine." She was like, "If you have to, go pick up baby aspirin. They can potentially help save you if you're having a heart attack or something. But
Yeah,
basically, they're not going to, blah, blah, blah." But so for some reason, that gave me comfort. So I went and got
yeah,
baby aspirin. I literally, anytime I would have a panic attack, I would take these aspirin. And it got to the point where it was happening like, and it's not getting me high or anything. It's not that type of pill. It's not really much
yeah,
of anything, but it was placebo effect. I would go and I would take these pills multiple times a week because I'd have a panic attack, and like I look back at that now and I'm like, dude, I was so fucking anxious and fucked up in that moment
yeah,
that I'm literally sitting there running and getting in the medicine cabinet like I have to take the shit. I'm about to have a heart attack. That's how fucked up my mind was at that time. And I look back and I'm like, man, I was
Oh
miserable.
yeah. Oh no.
But I'm not there anymore, and that's
Well, yeah. And to kind of play off that, actually, I got a story of my own, of course. Is I know that we had talked briefly or whatever, and I think you were kind of asked how I was doing one time, and I just blurted out like 10 minutes of it, like, "Damn, my life sucks."
was that your
And
when you were going through your sleep deprivation and stuff?
yeah, yeah,
That
and
would suck.
like same thing, man. Yeah. And it's just like, yo, I'm just sleeping. Like, or not sorry, I wasn't sleeping. I was not
You were
sleeping.
not
Night in,
sleeping.
night out. Yeah, yeah. I was not sleeping. Just night in, night out, and that like basically mentally broke me.
Oh,
I was acting out, doing stuff I don't normally do, going fucking crazy.
mhm,
And then eventually, I woke up one day and I was just like, yo, this is it. I can't stand this anymore.
right.
And I'm not gonna go like down that deep rabbit hole again or nothing, but just I ended up in the psych ward for like 3 4 days.
Mhm.
I slept for probably like 48 hours almost
Yeah.
when I was there because they gave me an option. They were like, so you can take these pills or we can give you a shot, and because like you got to go to sleep.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, let's do the shot or something. And of course they jab you right in the ass with it, and oh, I was
I heard
out
ass shots
like a
actually
light.
hurt. Do they hurt? I don't think I've ever had a shot in the ass.
uh, like I woke up a few times, of course, in that like 48 hours of
Right.
just continual sleep,
That would be
and
incredible.
no, yeah,
That'd be like a nice
yeah.
reset.
I, and that's pretty much exactly what I needed because like all of a sudden I woke up and I was like, man, I feel great. And but
Yeah.
then after kind of sitting down and like talking with one of the psychiatrists there, kind of going over my symptoms, I'm like, yeah, I started losing my sleep. Like a lot. There'd be days at a time I'm not sleeping, and when I do sleep, it's like an hour or two. Wake up,
Right.
or actually, around that time it was actually really bad. I was sleep like 30 minutes, wake up, 30 minutes, wake up, and so never a full night's sleep. If I did sleep, and then when you start going a little crazy, didn't see no shadow people, thankfully, but yeah, they were like, okay, we're gonna dial it down to manic depression because you got your extreme highs, your extreme lows, which
Mhm.
I was like, okay, that makes sense because there'll be a week at that time where I'm like, dude, I'm on top of the world, ain't no one can stop me.
Yeah,
And then that next
it's
week,
weird the
I
confidence
I
switch
can't
too,
get out of
man.
bed.
No, I feel it.
and and then that placebo effect you're talking about, they started giving me some medicine. I'm like, okay, man, I feel amazing now. And
Mhm.
I was like, grand, it's a antidepressant. It's not gonna start like flip
Yeah,
of the
you got a
switch,
condition to it.
but yeah, but I will say after having that done, and then I actually started to take that consistently, and I'm still taking it now, of course. That no, definitely, like between now and then, I'm a totally different person. I'm not gonna say I'm more outgoing. I still don't like people for the most part, but that's just me
I mean, you're
at this rate.
introverted.
But
Me and you were both.
yeah,
It's weird
yeah,
because I'm a different type of introvert. I am a homebody. Like, I don't want to leave the house that much, but I do like talking to people. So it's kind of like I'm
yeah.
not an introvert or an extrovert in like the physical, but I will sit here and talk to you and like engage with you.
Oh yeah,
Even
yeah.
if I'm out, I kind of would prefer to
It's
talk to
more
people than like that like awkward like, hey, we exist. Like, I don't know.
yeah. I mean, I think it comes down to comfort level. Like if I'm, of course, talking to you, I've known you for years.
Right.
I can sit here and BS with you for hours. That's not a problem, But then you kind of get me out in the wild, and it depends. It just feels like whoever I have the right vibe
Yeah, I
with,
feel it for sure, for sure.
or because it's usually my girl that drags me along, so I'll just chill with her and talk with her or something. But it's
Well,
like catch me interacting with random people. Yeah.
one of the weirdest things in those situations too is like when we're different. We're very different. And that's why I also feel like we could be good
Oh,
content creators because we're not your typical person. And as long as we capture that correctly, there can be big success behind that because people will be interested. You know, we're not like Tiger King
Oh,
different, but we're different. And like,
yeah,
um,
it was wild.
yeah, you seen season 2 yet?
I have not. I saw season one, but I watched it with one of my buddies, and because he lives with me, and
Mhm.
I would say in the intro it captures it, like the best. There's like a sentence in the intro. It goes something like, he's just a mystical creature out in bumfuck Oklahoma. I was like,
Yeah,
that
pretty
spawned up
much.
the entire
But
thing.
see, that's the thing. That's what makes it so interesting because it's like, what is this? This is like a dystopia. This is like a live action Tim Burton movie. Um,
Well, yeah, like the whole time you're sitting there, you're like this can't be real. This is not a real
yeah.
person,
Well,
man. I
I highly
recommend.
recommend watching that second season. It's more legal
Really,
stuff though than
yeah,
anything. But if you like get
gotcha.
interested in that side of shit, like my girls got me over here watching like every fucking crime documentary in the world. Women right now are crime
Yeah,
junkies for some fucking reason. I don't know. There's been a mass
yeah,
brainwashing. But
yeah. I know my girl is into the whole inmate thing, like watching like 60 Days In
mhm.
or
Dude, it's all of it.
yeah,
All women
yeah. It's
right
mostly like
now.
the prison
I
stuff.
don't give a shit
Yeah,
what anybody says. I don't know. Here, if you guys want to help us, this is an interesting one. I have a question. Do trans women get into crime shows the way that regular women get into crime shows? Well, when I say regular, I mean born with a vagina. Um, but you know, no offense to anybody, but that's kind of the weird questions that cross my mind is like, so do trans people? But like, it
gotcha.
literally seems like every fucking woman in the world right now is sucked into that shit. I mean, literally everyone.
Oh yeah,
It's so bizarre. But no, what I was gonna say though is you know, when you're an anomaly, if you actually care about making impressions on people and not being weird and just trying to fit in, even if you're not trying to be like the center of attention, you're just trying to like fit in. You could say that one weird thing and you're like, fuck, they're gonna remember that forever now. I'm that
yeah.
fucking guy.
Oh yeah,
I'm the guy who made a joke about a punt and a baby or some shit, and they're like, why would you say that? Like,
yeah,
it was a joke.
yeah,
I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were that sensitive. And it's a bad time to be that guy too, in all facets of everything.
yeah.
It sucks,
Oh,
but
for sure. I mean, I try not to draw attention to myself, but then I kind of like self sabotage that for the most part
hmm
because during like kind of like one of my extremely high moments, all of a sudden I decided I'm gonna get a neck tattoo,
nope.
and uh, and then now
Well, you
like
also got the
majority of
wild
times,
hair. You're wearing a hat. Show them your hair.
oh yeah,
Show them your hair.
oh yeah,
Look at this shit,
yeah,
man. And if you see
still
this
rock a mohawk.
porcupine walking at you with the neck tattoo, you tell me you don't think he's about to stab
Yeah,
you. He's got the deep
yeah.
V. All you need
Oh
is a
yeah,
leather
go like
jacket. You need a leather jacket. You got a
there
leather
you go.
jacket? If you got a leather
I
jacket, you complete the
I think
attire.
so. I think so. Yeah, I think so. Because now I get like I do a lot of work at like McDonald's and Wendy's and stuff like that to do their like switchboards and camera work.
Mm.
And I'm like, most of the time I can just walk in the back, do my thing, and leave. But then all of a sudden they're stopping, like, oh man, I love your tattoo. I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta talk to these people.
This is gonna sound terrible, but I never even noticed it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, it's kind of like at a weird angle. You actually got to be like
Yeah.
right there,
Well,
you
I
know.
don't know. I like unless I'm like, it's kind of weird. Face to face, I will like observe more so like when I'm face to face with someone, I'll observe like the fucking hairs on their cheeks up here and shit. But like over
Yeah.
cameras and
Oh yeah.
shit, I'm not even. You're just like a person. It's like a when you're playing a game, you don't really pay that much attention to like the NPCs every little fucking detail or something. You
Yeah.
just are like, oh, that's him. Yeah. So it's kind of like that,
Yeah.
I
Oh
guess.
yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, it's definitely. I just don't go out of my way to like like a start conversation with people. I'm not gonna talk because I mean, including because I'm coming in there. I'm never gonna go back there again and see those
No.
people.
Well, people are
So it's
fucking
like I got no
assholes
reason
now,
to do that.
man. Everyone's so, and
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not saying they
for sure.
haven't always been, but we're adults now, and I'm trying to be genuine, and people are just stupid and racist and fucking hateful for no reason.
Yeah,
And you're like, hey man, like,
yeah,
I'm not a man. I'm like, my bad. It was a fucking greeting. Jesus Christ.
yeah.
Like,
I said like, most of the time I try to like acknowledge people, like including when I'm doing my work. I'm just like I show them my tablet with the work order on it. I'm like, I'm here for a camera. All right, I'm gonna go do it. I'm gonna get the signature and I'm gonna
most
leave.
people aren't even going to ask you that far. Just be like, I'm working.
Uh,
They're like, all
yeah, pretty much. I mean,
right.
I always hate when they ask for like a badge or something because I'm like, dude, you can't see my tool belt, you can't see this camera I'm holding when you guys put the
Obviously,
work
you look
order in
busy.
for.
Now, like, if it's a
Yeah,
manager or something, I can understand, but like the fucking cashier, like, they're probably just bored trying to make conversation.
pretty much, pretty much.
I did want to ask you something, change of topics. I,
Yeah,
you, you used to do culinary arts, right? Used to be a chef or
yeah.
wanted to be a
I
chef?
mean, I wanted to be, and I kind of pursued it for a little bit. You know, you kind of started as a dishwasher, etc. I think I did that when I
Yeah,
was 16. And then, of course, couldn't really get into the restaurant business outside of that. So one thing I went to Jimmy John's. But after that, I went up to this place called the Barbecue Shack, and I became the pit master there after like a year of making sandwiches. But then that's kind of where I kind of started that. So I'm kind of like the smoke master now. So I mean, if you want some good smoked meats and it look really upscale, I could do that. But
pause.
if you're talking like, man, yeah, I'll say if you're talking like some serious stuff, hey, yeah, good luck with that.
um, I it's weird I didn't think about it until I actually have like some podcast notes here on just little topics, and one of them was here recently. I'm really creative and like and appreciate all arts, whether that be martial arts, painting, music, gaming, like literally everything that's a different art. Like my brain is, I'm like addicted to learning. If I'm not learning something while
Yeah,
I'm doing something, I'm not interested in it. So
yeah,
like I've
okay.
really been heavily taken into cooking the last like probably year, and I hadn't even thought about the fact because I remember you said you were gonna open up a uh like a barbecue what the fuck
Like
are they
food truck
called?
or like
Yeah,
a
food
stand.
truck.
Yeah.
Are you still planning on doing that?
Yeah. That's something I still want to get into. Of course, you got to have the money
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
because
Nothing's free.
ain't
But
no
as like a
way they're
long
gonna
term thing, are
check
you
my
still
credit.
considering it?
Um, yeah, I feel like that's something I would like to do on the side for sure. I mean, even if it's just a side hustle, pull up down on High Street or whatever,
Yeah,
make some sandwiches and call it a day or something. But
right.
yeah, I definitely think long term for investments, that's something that I'm probably going to get into still. It's just a matter of acquiring that bread.
I mean, if you get enough money, you could always just try to like invest into one that's already up and like buy it or something
Mm.
and kind of take over. Um, but I was gonna
I've seen
say,
renting them too as well.
yeah, yeah, that too. I don't know if that pays off as well though, because
Mm.
renting shit is
Yeah,
really expensive. Anything
yeah,
is expensive in renting. Well, so is owning, but it pays off quicker. Um, but
it's
I was,
equity.
yeah, I was gonna say though, I don't really know how to word. I didn't think too much onto this question, but essentially, like, this is exactly what I wrote. Said cooking ingredients. And basically, I was just gonna say, like, when it comes down to cooking, what is your like? You're making burgers, sprinkle a little on it. You're making steak, sprinkle a little on it. Potatoes, sprinkle a little. Like, what are your main
Gotcha,
go tos?
gotcha. So Ah man, that's actually a pretty good question. Because it definitely depends on the dish, but if it's something that I use all the time,
Hmm.
it's probably garlic salt.
Yeah,
Definitely
garlic
garlic
salt
salt.
is that shit, bro. I put that shit on
Yeah,
everything.
and then I just recently got into celery salt too.
I've never even
Surprisingly,
heard of that.
it's it distinctly has a celery taste, of course, but it's salt. And it's just like your flavoring of like garlic salt. It has that hint of garlic or whatever, but
But it's celery.
that
That
but
that
celery.
sounds really good actually, because celery has like
Yeah,
a weird kick to it. I tell people sometimes, like, if you get fresh celery and you bite into it, it almost has like this spiciness to it. It's not
yeah.
like hot, but it's almost like minty in a weird way, like a mint leaf or
Mhm.
something. Like that actually sounds. I'm gonna have to get some celery salt. Do they have
Yeah, I
like celery, like, not necessarily celery salt, but like just like dried celery, or is it just the salt that you recommend?
um, I mean, I think it's just the salt, because I got this weird cooking rack for a wedding gift as well. It has a bunch of spices that
This
are like,
man is getting the greatest wedding gifts ever.
so it's like it's like 5 years of free spices basically. And I
Damn,
was looking, I was
that
like,
sounds
celery
great.
salt, what the fuck is? Yeah, but I was like, celery salt, what the fuck is that?
He's like, "What is this
And
vegan
so
shit?"
yeah, I started using it. I'm like, it ain't bad. It really ain't bad.
I like
I
that's my, like, dude. I swear to God, like, when I was a kid, I actually had, and I used to think I was just fat for this shit. I literally, like, I was like, I'm just a fat piece of shit because all I care about is flavor. But like, I got to a point where, like, say we had a certain drink, or like, don't get me wrong, I love water, but like, just add a little lemon or something like that in
Oh yeah.
itself can completely change it. So it's like I started getting into that mentality, like, I don't want to drink the same shit every time. I always like something different. Certain shit goes better with certain things. Like if you drink Mountain Dew all the time,
Yeah.
everything's going to taste slightly Mountain Dewy or something, you know? Like, so it was
Yeah.
like, okay, I want to try different drinks. And that, it started as drinks. And it's like, I want to try different drinks. I want to, like, just have shit that I don't normally have. When I go to the store, I'm going to look and pick something I've never had and drink it. And then, like, it started translating to that in cooking. It's like, okay, if we make tacos, that's fine. But this time, I'm going to completely season the meat different. And it might fucking suck,
Yeah.
which it hasn't yet. Thank God.
Yeah.
I did make Alfredo with some noodles the other day that turned to paste. It was terrible. It wasn't terrible, but it was almost like dumplings or something. They turned to just like, I don't know. They were overcooked somehow. I don't
Gotcha.
know how the fuck it
Yeah.
happened. But outside of that, though, it was solid for a couple hours, and then it was like they just evaporated. But yeah.
Mm.
So that's like, I've been really. I think another thing is that when you eat, say, plain hamburgers, and then you eat hamburgers that have nutrition on them, spices and herbs and shit are nutritional, you feel a difference. Especially getting older, you get energy from that shit. It helps your digestive system, helps inflammation, your mental health. Like, all of that stuff is important, and I feel it. I can't, like, I'm addicted, dude. I overseason. I don't know how white people
Yeah.
have such a terrible rep for not seasoning shit. How at 30 years old are you not seasoning your fucking foods?
I feel like at that point, it's just how you were raised. Like for me, I didn't hit the overseasoned phase, but that's because I kind of grew up a little poor. I
Yeah.
think I ate ramen probably generally most of my life, but
But when
towards
you
when I
ate
started
ramen,
cooking,
did
that's
you
when I
put
started.
other shit in it, or did you just eat
Oh,
ramen?
oh yeah,
All
yeah,
right, that's
because
all.
after the
You
first
gotta be
year, yeah,
creative. You know what I'm saying?
because after a while, I was like, yeah, I'm tired of this. Let's start adding some broccoli. Let's add some
Yes, the fucking
cheese. Let's
cheese,
add some.
anything
Yeah.
like an egg.
But recently, I started to kind of get into the healthy cooking because eventually, like including when I saw my wedding photos, I was like, damn, I'm fat, bro.
Imagine how I feel,
I'm,
man. I've been
I'm,
that size since fucking eighth grade.
Yeah, I was like, damn, I need to lose some weight, man. So kind of like ever since then, I've just been kind of eating healthy, and I've been doing some working out here and there, nothing
But
like hardcore serious. But since October, I think I'm down almost like 45 pounds now. So I'm kind of like at my high school weight,
yeah, you
which
look
at high
exactly
school
the
I was
same.
pretty
In my
fit.
opinion, you look exactly the
So,
same.
uh, well, I appreciate that because yeah, I mean it's just been a lot of chicken for real. It's a lot of
Yeah,
chicken,
chicken's great,
salads,
man.
and I mean, and I generally don't starve either. I mean, like I'll have
Yeah.
a big salad, put a lot of veggies in it, some diced chicken or whatever, or some just chicken wraps in general.
What
But
kind
like
of
like the
diet are you
base of
doing?
it is, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I really call it just a diet. Or else I
Just eating
just
healthier.
doing yeah, just straight like healthy eating. I mean, like I'll switch
What
it
are
up. I
your things
mean,
you're avoiding?
I uh, definitely fast food.
Yeah.
Just stay the hell away from that. I
Yeah, I
actually
feel
pack all
that.
my lunches now. Yeah, I actually
That's
pack
a
all my lunches
crucial
now.
point,
And
actually. Meal prep, man. People who like
yep,
just bag up some fucking grapes, make a sandwich or something like that. Shit
yep.
makes such a difference, and it helps with money too. You don't realize going to Wendy's and
Oh yeah,
spending that $10 for lunch adds up. That's fucking. Think about that. If you do that 30 days, or
oh yeah,
yeah, 30 days,
oh,
and spend 10, that's $300 at the end of. That's a lot of fucking money for some
yeah.
Wendy's.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, including like in my line of work, they actually usually offer it to you for free.
Yeah, that
And so it's very hard to like stay away from it. But like now, I just do it subconsciously. Like I always make it a little bit extra,
mhm.
throw it in the box for tomorrow or something like that. But I mean, it's just kind of the small things. Like I swapped out bacon for turkey bacon, of
Turkey
course.
bacon is the shit.
It looks kind of like flesh, but
It smells like dog food too. I'm not
tastes pretty
gonna
good.
lie. It smells like genuinely don't smell it if you haven't. You probably will now just because
Yeah,
it smells like fucking dog food, but it's good. It is good.
yeah. And then the same thing for just beef. I mean, I actually got a lot of deer because I got that for Christmas, but I don't feel
Man,
like
who the
plowing it out
fuck can
right
I
now.
join your family? Shit, I'm trying to get some of these. I got COVID for Christmas. That's what I got.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so I got deer, and then they gave us like half a cow or something like that, just a lot of beef, and
Jesus.
like like like, like of course we use that, but we sub, or at least I've subbed it out now for just like ground turkey.
Right.
And I don't make many burgers, but I make a lot of wraps. So
Yeah.
I do like a weird fucked up turkey patty and throw it on there, put some lettuce, onions, and
Do
just
you
call it a
use
day.
like spinach or like tomato basil wraps, or you just regular?
Um, no, normally just flour wraps for the most part, like low carb ones. Because I
Yeah,
mean,
them
I
carbs add up.
like when I can. Yeah, it's like when I can, I will get like the low fat, low carb stuff,
The
and
tomato
that just
basil
helps you
ones are
out in the
pretty
long run.
good, in my opinion. You gotta try them if you
Yeah,
haven't tried them.
I I think my girl bought some like spinach basil ones, but she bought like not the really good kind. You just fold it and they snap in half.
Yeah,
So
they
I was
bought
like,
the
screw that,
super
man.
stels. That shit sucks. Now the
Yeah,
ones that I had, man, they were like almost impossible to break because they were um made mainly out of the ingredients of the tomato and basil. So it was like almost like a
yeah,
damn near like flat rubbery type, but it wasn't like a bad rubbery. It was
mhm.
just like you would have to like literally rip it. So it was pretty good. You could
Gotcha,
put
gotcha.
anything in them fucking things. Do you have a deep freezer? I meant to ask you that.
Yeah, yeah, we do actually.
Okay.
We were gonna get one for my brother, and he actually sold it. But then he forgot he had promised us that, and then bought us a new one. So now we got one just
That's very
chilling over here.
generous of him. Shout out to your brother.
Yeah.
um,
Hey man, that dude makes about like 5 times the amount of money I do.
uh,
So every now and then he comes across with some nice stuff or like barely used and just gives it to us.
that's
So
good,
can't
man.
can't complain there.
That's definitely good.
That's actually how I got a air fryer.
What kind of air fryer you got? Like a big
Oh,
one, or
dude, that
like
fucking
the
uh,
coffee pot size?
I mean, it's bigger than a coffee pot size, of course. I mean, like
You got like the
it's a
little toaster
decent
oven,
like
almost like
yeah. So I could
microwave
fit
size,
like
almost.
yeah, you could probably fit like a half a bag of like pizza rolls in there or something.
Is it like multiple layer or levels, or is it just a single level?
Oh, it's just single. It's just single. I mean, I actually beat the well because I think we've had it for a little bit. I kind of beat it up a little bit. The actual screen doesn't really register that well anymore
Dude, ours is
because
terrible on ours.
yeah.
It does not work at all.
Oh, really? Yeah. Ours still works because I kind of have it like memorized, so
Yeah.
I'm actually able just to turn it on and
Oh,
hit
you
go and
just
like go from
actually
there.
wore the like paint off of it or the stickers.
Yeah.
Nah, ours
Yeah.
is like a
Basically.
electrical function. Like you go to turn the temperature up and it's like adds 100 minutes and shit. It's like, damn,
Gotcha.
no.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Does your air fryer? Here's something mine does. By the way, if you guys don't have air fryers, it's time to move on to the future because microwaves are
It
fucking useless now.
well, clearly if you have certain things like if you like leftover pizza, that's really good to reheat it in there. Actually,
Nah, fuck it.
so still crunchy.
Nah, and the air fryer, it's literally like sometimes better to be honest, because you get the crispiness.
Oh yeah.
Um, but our air fryer when it shut, like when it either we turn it off or when the time goes out, it beeps loud as hell for like
Mm,
a whole minute. You can't turn it. You gotta unplug it. It's just like boop,
wow.
boop. I'm like, oh, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, ours ain't too bad, but it definitely sounds like Rainbow Six Siege when you're disarming a bomb.
It's
That's really about
fucking.
it.
I don't know who's making these air fryers, and not even the air fryers. I don't know who's making the like sounds for these air fryers, but tone it back,
Yeah,
man. I heard the shit the first 5 times it beeped. Okay, I don't need a 50
yeah.
minute reminder that my shit's done when I've already taken it out.
I mean, it's kind of the same thing with a microwave. I know I rent out my house to two roommates, and one they'll both kind of just leave stuff in the microwave and it just beeps on end until someone comes out and gets
You
the
just got
stuff.
that
You
like
know,
reminder beep, 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 beep. Like motherfucker.
it's like, yeah, we know that, man.
No wonder you're fucking
Yeah,
sleep
we know,
deprived boop, 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 all night. It's like the
no
fucking
doubt.
what's it called? The fucking smoke alarm, smoke detectors.
Yeah,
That's
I'm actually a
fucking
light sleeper, and we got one in our room. I started doing that. My girl has been yelling at me to change the batteries and or change the battery because I took the whole damn thing off the wall. It was like two
you
o'clock
gotta
in the
do it,
morning. That
man.
fucker
Just
was
do
beeping.
it. Yeah, fuck yeah. If you
So
if you ain't gonna change it, just
yeah,
uninstall the motherfucker.
yeah, it started beeping because the battery's low. So I ripped that bastard off the wall, and I was like, I'll deal with it, man.
Yeah,
At
yeah.
some point.
But see, that's the crazy thing. Like one of the hardest things about being an adult is nothing is ever that fucking simple. And it seems like, oh, just put the
Nah,
batteries in. Well, do we have batteries? Now I got to remember to go to batteries, and then I
yeah,
got to like it's always some fucking journey. Like you can't even just vacuum or something. It's like you go to vacuum, not getting suction, got to fucking take the tank out, got to
yeah.
unclog. It's like, God, this was supposed to be a 5 minute thing. Shit.
I'm kind of lucky with that. My girl likes to vacuum and do the whole like because since we got dogs, she has like those special mopping sweeper
Mhm.
things that do it all at the same time. So she doesn't let me touch them. So she's the one that
Do you
wants
have
to do it.
hardwood floors or
So
tile floors or carpet?
yeah, yeah, I got both tile and hardwood.
You don't
So
have
so it ain't
carpet?
too bad. I got carpet in my old game room that's commandeered right now, but once they both move out, I'm probably tearing that thing out for hardwood as well.
Okay. Yeah, carpet and pets fucking sucks, dude. I vacuum our
Uh,
carpet like
no,
every other day, and it's literally always dirty. And you got kids
yeah,
or a kid
yeah, oh yeah.
that yeah.
I love my daughter to death, man. But just like today, I went into the room to see if she was napping, and she was instead just drawing on her walls. So we're
I love it.
waiting till she's a little yeah, so we're waiting till she's a little older, or at least stops doing that, because you tell her no, of course she's gonna do it some other
Mhm.
time. But
Yeah.
I actually told her, I was like, okay, I was like, how do you feel if we, like, the bottom half of the wall all the way around her room, make it chalkboard paint?
Yeah.
So it's yeah, so she has the ability to do it, but erase it at the same time. So
The only thing
that's kind
bad
of my
about
next
that is you
project.
do then develop the habit of it's okay to draw on the walls, and that shit will
Yeah,
probably
well,
leak out of the bedroom.
we've done it to a couple places right now, and she'll use it. Like, I know I got
She
one.
actually
I got a
goes to
barn
that
sliding
spot.
door. Yeah, and it's a barn sliding door that goes into my, like, utility room slash laundry room or whatever.
Mhm.
And I did the whole thing in chalkboard paint, and so she likes to, like, of course she can only reach like 4 feet or whatever. So
Right.
we use the top part for our stuff, and then the bottom is like just like a hell hole of squiggles. But
How old is your daughter now?
she's turning 4 here in August, so
Time
get,
fucking flies, man.
getting up there.
I thought your kid was like fucking 1 still. Jesus.
Oh yeah, no, she talks full sentences and has an attitude. So
Getting to the like
it's
self-sufficient stage yet? Like,
I mean, she'll go out and do her own thing. But of course, if it's like, hey, Daddy, I want to draw, can you help me out or something like that? So I mean, like, most of the
almost
time,
though,
she kind of
getting
just hangs with me. So
getting to the point where it's like, I'll just turn the TV on or something. Like,
yeah. Well, I mean, like, most of the time she's like, "Yeah, can I watch TV?" I'm like, "That's fine, I'll turn it on," because I conclude right now, since we're in the Midwest, it's shit outside, so
yeah,
so there's not much for
terrible.
us to go do outside to play with snow. But now it ain't even snow; it's just ice, so it
Right.
don't matter.
Um, you gonna try to make your kid a gamer?
I ain't gonna push nothing on her, but I know if she wants to, like, like, spend time with Daddy, that's probably what we're gonna
It's
do.
like, hey, all right,
Uh,
cool, let's play some Siege.
I could have this weird, distinct core memory of, I think it was last year on Thanksgiving. We brought back a bunch of stuff for everybody else, which was like Nick Terry and of course my daughter and us, and
Mhm,
went out. Got a couple bottles of alcohol because we were gonna drink too. And
mhm,
I remember I was standing out at my kitchen table. I think I was playing squads,
mhm.
and so I think I just spawned up. I went to go get a drink. My kid sits down in my seat, and we were kind of watching her just mess around. She's like, "Look, Daddy, look," and like moving the mouse around. And I still remember this and exactly how it was said. She looked at a teammate who was standing right next to her, and then shot him, and of course he died. And you can hear him in the mic going, "What the hell is that?" And my kid was like, "Oh shit."
That's
like,
great.
like that was her reaction. She said, "Oh shit."
Like, whoops.
I'm like, "Oh, dude."
Can you even
I
be
was like,
mad
"Oh
though?
yeah, yeah, that's good." No, I wasn't mad.
That's
I was laughing.
hilarious.
I'm pretty sure we were all laughing
Hey, that's
because
hey,
she
if you
she
could have had
she
like a
knows how to
camera
cuss
rolling,
too.
that
It's
would have
kind of
went
messed up.
viral, man.
And it's like, or it's like,
Well, I was gonna go off into another question, so go ahead and
gotcha. Oh yeah, so I mean, I love my kid to death, but the funniest things are because you're not supposed to teach your kid to cuss,
right.
and I don't do that. Like my brother tries to get her to say the F word, shit,
It's always the
all stuff like
uncles,
that.
bro. Uncles and
Yeah,
aunts.
but
They think that shit's
but
hilarious. They don't have to untrain it. You
the
do.
yeah. Yeah, and the weird part though, and I can't comprehend this too, is she uses the cuss words correctly.
Yeah, that
Like
is
she
actually
dropped
strange.
Yeah, it's like I remember I had the in-laws over doing some stuff. Her at the table. She walks out. She drops something on the ground, and she goes, "Damn it!" And
That might be one she
so
sees, though. I'm
yeah,
assuming.
yeah. And then like of course my girl's mom looks at her and goes, "What?" And then she just yells, "God damn it!" I'm like, "Oh, dude."
That's
I'm like, "Oh my."
100% you there, my guy. Like, God damn,
Yeah,
that's one of your favorite things to say, man.
yeah. So I was like, "Yeah, she got that from me."
Yeah. It is adorable to see them pick up on your behavior sometimes, unless it's bad behaviors, obviously. But
Bad, yeah. I mean, we try to show nothing but positivity. Of course, me and
yeah.
my girl might have like a small argument. We don't really
I
ever
mean, you're
argue.
people. It happens.
Yeah, it's like rare for us to argue because I don't argue. It's like, oh, you want to start
It's not
something?
worth it.
I'm
It's literally
Yeah,
not
yeah. It's
worth
like
it.
I'm done. And so it's like if we have like a minor disagreement, my kid's sitting right there is like, "Mommy, Daddy, you do not argue." And then it's like, okay, well,
That's actually really cool to keep
well, we
like
won't.
that kind of in check. Just in general, like that's a really like yeah, I mean you're not gonna be like, fuck you, we're arguing. You know what I mean? Like that's not you're gonna be like,
Yeah,
oh, all right, I guess it's
yeah,
over now. We'll talk about it later. Like that's a really
yeah,
good some kids kind of just sit there quietly. It's good to see that confidence because that's like for me it was the complete I'm just like I'm not involved. I'm not saying nothing. So the fact that she feels comfortable
yeah,
and is like, okay, even if they seem frustrated, they're not mad at me, so I'm gonna stop this, and
yeah.
that's really good. I was gonna ask you
Oh
though.
yeah.
I don't have kids. I haven't really been around too many kids in my life. What, if any, moment? I kind of have in my head like I think it's funny. I'll come back to the question. I'll kind of give context to the question first.
Mm,
When we look at kids, you kind of I feel like if you have kids, get in a state of mind like, how can I explain it? It's like if you have a dog, you look at your dog, this is your dog, you no longer really see it as a dog so much as like
mm.
your dog, your thing, you recognize its
Yeah.
behaviors, so on and so forth. Um, so like if you have a kid, I imagine, this is your kid, you get used to it, you see it, it's there.
Yeah.
But there are gonna be times where I feel like you kind of look at your kid and you go, yeah, they're a little person. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So what are like some
Yeah.
of the things that you like the pinpoint memories that you instantly think of where it's like, oh yeah, yeah, this is a little person.
Oh yeah. I mean, well, of course, it's trying to get her to do anything. So you're like, "Hey, can you clean your room?" And of course, she's a kid. She's opinionated, She's gonna
Mm.
be like, "No, I can't. Sorry." It's like oh, okay. Well, I'm also the adult. You gotta listen to me. But I mean, yeah, including like now she's a little older, and I don't have to. Well, I still got a supervisor, of course, but I don't have to watch her 24/7. She
Yeah,
can go
falling
out,
off
do
everything
stuff,
or
and
whatever.
yeah, or I mean, it's like she'll still grab stuff she ain't supposed to, of course, but like for the most part, she'll be like, "Hey, can I go draw?" I'm like, "All right, well, you have your own
It's
interests,
honestly
It's like
really,
you can't."
really good, and this isn't just me being your friend and trying to toot your own horn. It's great that your kid, just from talking to you, I can kind of get the sense that your kid has like a really good sense of comfort. I never wanted to ask my parents anything because
Oh
it was just like, oh God, what's gonna come of it? Like, I never wanted to ask if my friends could stay the night. I never wanted to
yeah,
ask if I could go somewhere. Like, I just, and it probably was just all in my head, really. But there was something there that had trauma, and I hated it. I didn't want to ask. I thought I was gonna get in trouble. Something was always there. So like her being like, "Oh, can I do this or do this?" and like checking in instead of naturally being curious and doing it without permission, like that's fucking
yeah.
great. That's an incredible thing to have accomplished
I
this young.
I I always try to have her ask to do stuff because it kind of makes more sense anyway. So at least I can also kind of keep tabs on her.
Yeah,
so so she's like, "I'm gonna go do this." I'm like, "Okay, well, have fun,"
right.
I mean, but no, the confidence is definitely there. I remember we went on a walk kind of back when it was nicer outside. It was me, her, and my dog,
Mm.
and we walked around the block. We don't live in the best neighborhood, you know, and
Where do you stay
but
now?
I live in like the southeast of Columbus, around
Okay.
that area, like Bryce,
Okay.
and
Ain't too bad.
yeah, not ain't the worst, but it ain't the best. It's
It's
not like
getting
Hilliard or
bad
something, you know.
over here, man. I'm gonna have to move. Getting real bad.
Yeah. But yeah, we were walking around the block, man, and you know, our next door neighbor has like, well, he just moved out, but he had like two 20-year-old kids or something like grown big buff dudes, you know, like and since we're in the best neighborhood, like they're dressed like, you know, gangsters almost,
No.
and when we're walking around the block,
What do
she's
you
just
mean by that,
waving at
Taylor?
everybody. Well, like you know,
I'm just messing with you.
like just straight
I'm
banging,
just
you know,
don't.
straight.
You're just gonna make it worse. Just continue on.
But but you know, like she was waving at them, saying hi, and asking how they're doing and stuff like that, you
And
know,
you
and
see
of course they're
these
waving back.
dudes that look buff and scary or whatever, and they're like,
Yeah,
"Hey," you know, you see, and
yeah,
that's love, man. That's positivity, and that if we just spread more positivity, people won't be so damn toxic all the time.
no doubt, no doubt.
I mean, it's wild, man. It's wild, and a lot of people. I mean, there aren't too many things quite as positive as a child's smile. You know, a kid comes out and's like, "Hey," you're gonna be like, even if you're having the worst day or something, you're gonna be like,
Yeah.
"Ah, that's adorable," you know.
I mean, ironically, I hate kids.
Oh, I do.
like,
I hate
like even though I got my
the
own, but
This is what I hate about kids, though. It's not that I hate kids individually, because when you look at kids, I mean, we're all people. I don't necessarily hate people. I hate toxicity and stupidity, the negative things
yeah,
about people, but I do love people. However, it's the same thing with children. Even if they don't know they're being toxic, they're toxic little shitheads, and it sucks
yeah,
90% of the time when they're
oh
just
yeah.
being fucking wild, and it's like, I know you don't understand, so I'll give you a pass, but fuck, you are so stupid.
What's good? Like for me, it's the point where it's like, oh yeah, I love my kid. If a kid comes up to me, I'm like, yeah, go away.
Yeah.
I don't want to mess. I don't want to mess with
Well, and
you. But
like for me, like you know, I'm kind of, it's weird. I'm not a germaphobe, but I am kind of like, you're probably sticky and shit, you know, like
yeah,
I don't want to be near you. Don't touch me. Don't crawl on me. Like go away. Like I don't um but yeah, it's always pretty interesting to kind of see. I've heard a lot of people say things like, "Oh, if you hate kids, you're a bad person," this or that. Like, no, I'm just,
uh,
I'm a person who enjoys peace of mind, and kids don't offer very
uh,
much of that.
no, they don't. Not one bit. I got a lot of sleepless nights because of my kid. I mean, I love her to death, and I'm doing way better at my sleeping habits anyway. But
No,
there'll be days where you know she wake up at like well, it was consistent for like one entire week. She would get up almost at 3 a.m. on the dot,
hmm
just because of a night, like just because of a nightmare or whatever. And it was like that for like almost 2 weeks. And eventually, because I can't sleep too well if I have too much stuff going on in my bed, which is like I already have 3 dogs and my girl,
do your dog
you
sleep in
know.
your bed?
So yeah,
Oh
yeah.
man, that's
So
so much room for
there's
them
not a
big
lot of room.
dogs.
Yeah,
See, I got
yeah,
three
yeah. It's not a
beagles,
lot of
man,
room.
and they take up too much fucking room.
I mean, my Doberman over here, he likes to think he's small, but
Does he at
nah.
least
He's
curl up for you?
yeah,
See,
yeah.
our
He'll
dogs
curl into a
spread
tight
out.
ball.
Our dogs are literally like, they're assholes, man.
Yeah,
And, you know,
yeah,
I'm obviously a pretty big guy my damn self, so there's a lot less room in our bed from
yeah.
just me, but, um, yeah, our dogs, they spread out. They'll lay in between us, me and my girl, and they'll just.
Yeah.
And then I'll wake
Yeah.
up and fucking sling them across the. No, I'm just playing. But oh god, here
Yeah,
comes the fucking PETA Karens on my head.
yes, they but playing off that though is then she'll wake up and want to sleep in our room, and I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, there ain't
There
no
fuck.
room for that, man.
Even if there
So
was, you're gonna
eventually,
be fucking
yeah.
sardines.
Well, it's like so I originally told her, I'm like, after like I think the first week I was like, screw it, man, I'll let you sleep in the room, but I'm gonna go sleep on the couch because like there's just no room on
Yeah, I
the bed
feel
for
it.
this. And so I'll get her a bottle, get her a blanket, push her in the room, and I'll go lay on the couch, watch some TV till I pass out or whatever. But yeah, definitely, when you get a kid, you lose sleep over it. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, and I already lack sleep, so I don't plan on having kids anytime soon. It's kind of like, I don't know, but I literally just don't have that desire, neither does my girl. So that's
That's fair.
it's like, all right, we'll see what happens. I'm not against
Yeah,
it, but not right now. We just don't want it,
yeah,
And if we do decide that we want it at some point, that's when we'll try to have them. But I'm also not
gotcha.
against like trying to adopt or something somewhere down the road or something if need be. I feel like a lot of people are against adoption. Like
Mm,
I seen a TikTok and some people were standing outside of an abortion clinic and they're like, "Oh, or no, I'm sorry, it wasn't that was another one. It was like these people that were protesting for like adopt, basically, like trying to encourage people to adopt, and the guy walks up and he says, how many kids do you have? And they were, each one of them either said they didn't have kids or they're like, oh, I got like 2 of my own. And the way they said it, it's like, well, I mean, an
yeah,
adopted baby would still be yours. It's like, well, no, I didn't mean.
yeah,
It's like, no, I don't know.
yeah. Oh yeah, no, there's a lot of contradictory and all those
Yeah,
kinds
it's
of things for sure.
it's the same. It's all just toxicity, man. People telling other people what their
Yeah.
values are. It's cringy. If we just stayed
Well,
positive, man, shit would be so much easier. You know?
yeah, no doubt. I mean, that's all I try to do throughout my day is just keep to myself, stay in my happy
Mm-hmm.
place, and if someone wants to talk, I'll talk with them. But most of the time, it's just me doing my thing. And
No.
of course, I try to reach out to people the best I can, including people I don't see. Like, hey man, how's it going? You doing good? You
Yeah.
know, and just to know that I'm still there to talk to them, even though if I
No.
don't see them.
For sure. For sure. And that's I talked to some of my family members and stuff, and it's like I still care about you. I still love you, but like I just don't have time to make. I could sit here
Yeah,
and try my hardest to be best friends with everyone, come over to your house once a month, once a week, something like, oh, we're excited to see Josh, blah, blah, blah. But then it's like, if I did that with everyone that I actually think is a cool person, I would never have time for shit.
yeah,
And I'm already
yeah, no doubt at all.
preoccupying 90% of that time with bullshit like, oh god, I didn't clean the fucking underneath the sink for 5 years, so now I gotta waste an hour doing that
Yeah,
because it's fucking filthy. Like, and it's just like constantly some stupid little shit. And then it's like, look, I care about you, but I just don't have time for you. It sounds
yeah,
shitty,
pretty
but
much.
it's real. I mean, you're an adult. If you're an adult, that's just how shit is.
Well, it's like, and I always believe it's a two-way street. Like, eventually, there comes a time, or there came a time, I want to say a couple of years ago, where I kind of looked at it, where like, hey, am I the only one that like reaches out to these people?
Yeah, I've felt that way before. I feel like
And
everyone has
and
felt that way.
yeah, then eventually it's like, okay, how about I just stop reaching out to
Mhm.
them? And I did that, and then we never talked again. And I'm
Yeah.
like, all right,
Yep.
whatever.
It's the same way for me, man. And like, that's the hard thing though. Is like when I was younger, I used to get so pissed off about that shit, and I'm like, I'm trying to be genuine, and people aren't fucking being genuine, and like, and it was like
Yeah,
I started to again feel exactly how you feel, where it's like, bro, no one cares about it. No one cares about anything. Like, I could try as hard as I want, but I literally have to like beg to get a fucking response. And I started getting mad and shit.
Yeah.
And like, it's you don't know what's going on in someone's mind or life, and it seems like, oh well, how big of an inconvenience is it for them to message me back or something? Like, obviously big enough for them to not do it. Like, and it sounds
Yeah,
terrible, but
exactly.
maybe they just don't have the fucking thing to say, and we've all done it to other people. So when you kind of reflect on
Yeah.
that, it's like, well, why did I do that? It's like, whoa, it's like, no, you did the same shit. You know what I mean? And it's like,
Yeah.
it just sucks when you're that person receiving that. And I wish there was a good way to communicate that as people and as like friends and shit, to be able to be like, hey, that thing's kind of happening. And it's like, oh,
Mhm.
I'm sorry, man. I'm really not trying to do that to you. I got a lot of
Yeah.
shit going on, man. And like, but I mean, no one really dives into the like sappy side of shit. They want to kind of like, just kind of like, if you blow it off, eventually it'll go away. And
Yeah.
that's
I
why,
mean,
go ahead.
I'm not gonna name drop a dude for example, but like I remember I was always the one to, hey man, you want to kick it? You'd be like, yeah, let's go kick it, you know. And I realized eventually I was the only one kind of reaching out to be
Hmm.
like, yeah, let's go kick it or whatever. Then you know, when I kind of hit that point, I'm like, okay, let's just see what happens if I don't message him or whatever. And
No,
then all of a sudden, I didn't hear from that dude for months.
no. Well,
So
see, it's kind of
I
weird
was like,
too, because I go through phases of that now because of YouTube. Um, where like, well, I mean, it's not YouTube, it's me being an asshole, but being preoccupied and then kind of forgetting or whatever. Like, but like,
yeah,
I'll like, I mean, fuck, I've probably even done it to you, sitting and playing like, we played like Escape from Tarkov and then shit, and then all of a
mhm,
sudden I'm like, over here, fucking 5 pages in my notebook, like, all right, what do I need to do to like, and then it's like, oh shit, bro, it's late. You know what I mean? It's like,
uh,
but that's the
no,
thing,
you're
is
good.
we don't really think about whether or not we're doing it to other people or anything. And like, I just,
Yeah,
you know, it's kind of one of those things where like, that's actually where I was going with the story earlier, is when I was going through my depression and all of that stuff. The thing that really helped me, my girl was always very supportive. She always was there for me, and that helped tremendously to have someone to fall back on. But
yeah,
I started my YouTube channel. And when I started my YouTube channel, all of a sudden I started feeling this self-worth. I started feeling my portfolio growing. I started feeling like I'm learning something. I'm trying to become the best me, because I'm starting to realize traumas. Like, I could play a horror game,
mm,
something jump out, and I'm like, oh. I'm like,
mm,
why didn't I react the way I thought though? Because in my head I'm like, oh shit. But like, I now have to
yeah,
train myself to not suppress my reactions, because there's an anxiety there, and like, just the whole fucking experience. Because in order to make a video that you actually feel is solid, you have to balance everything, and you have to be
yeah,
comfortable. And I started to realize, like, I'm not taking responsibility for me and a lot of the things that are wrong with me. I'm not taking responsibility for fucking anything really. Like, I was weird. Um, but you know, so that, then I started to kind of see that like, these people would hit me up and try to play on Xbox or something, some of my friends. And then I'm like, I don't have time for that, bro. Like, I'm making a video right now, and like,
yeah,
it was really hard when I first started. It took a lot of time, a lot more time. It still takes a lot of time, but so like, it was one of those things where I'm like, I hit you up every day, and now that I'm doing this shit, you don't. And I started getting bitter, and I was like, I can't
yeah,
feel bad during this video. Why am I getting mad about that shit anyway? Because I'm doing that to them. So like, it was kind of one of those weird things where I was like, that's just life. Honestly, that's just what
yeah,
adulthood is. We all want, believe me, if we could all not work and not do anything and never have to take responsibility for anything,
oh,
and just fucking like go hang out like when we were kids, we would all love to. But
oh yeah, no doubt.
there's complexities, man. And another thing that I think fucked us up a lot is we were the generation that had, like, I'm not saying generations before us didn't have it, but we were absorbed in Netflix and all of this shit. And even as kids, we had like Full House and stuff, which is the equivalent that the generations before us. But now you can watch TV 24/7 and watch exactly what you want. There were times when we were kids where it's like, there ain't shit on TV, I'm gonna go do something. Now it's like I could pick everything that I want to watch and binge shit 24/7. And when you start to see these happy families and these large group of friends, and then, hey, I'm coming by, I'll watch the kids today, blah blah blah. And then you look at your friends and you're like, motherfucker, why don't you come watch the kids, bitch? I want to go to Dairy Queen or something. And it's like, because this ain't TV, bro. They probably got some shit they're dealing with. Like, and it's especially with the fucking economy the way it is, man. It's even harder for people. We all gotta take even more responsibility, you know.
Yeah, I know. Kind of playing off that, watching the kids. Yeah, no, I got to pull an arm and a leg for someone to watch my daughter, man.
But again, you hate kids, really so you gotta understand that it's like, how would you feel if someone asked you to watch their kid?
Well, first off, ain't no one trusts me to watch their kids.
But if they did, see, you get lucky because you're a fucking tattooed. You know what I'm saying? They're like, we're good on that one. But if they did, you would be like,
I mean, it definitely has to fit the schedule. You know what I'm saying?
No.
It can't be dropped on me last minute. But like most of the time, when like, because I take that into consideration, of course, when I ask someone to do that. You know, so it's like I try to ask them a couple weeks in advance, and then half the time, it's like a no. I'm like. You know,
but honestly, though, like, and this is like all seriousness, if somebody asks you that question, the first response in your head is not going to be positive. You're probably going to go, and that's a negative. That like,
well, what's kind of a little easier for me at least, because it's like, hey, just
play date.
Let me check my schedule, you know, because I know I work, you know, five days a week no matter what. I might be on call that week though.
Well, you can make an excuse, but your automatic, your first response is like, I can't, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Which is why I always try to ask, you know, like of course, like, hey man, you know, like 3 weeks from now.
Yeah.
Do you have any? So it's like, because like including when I ran my LLC, you know, it's kind of like, hey man, I got a job on Saturday. It's gonna be 12 hours. I'm gonna be there all day.
Right.
Can you just watch her from morning to night, and I'll come pick her up, and that's it. And normally I could get someone, but luckily I have like 7 people I can ask, so it makes it a little easier. But it's definitely, you gotta be considerate of the person's time, you know.
Right.
It's and include, you can't drop it on the last minute like, hey man, tomorrow. what are you doing tomorrow?
And that's what people do a lot of the time too.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? I mean, one of the things I hear a lot of people say that also kind of irritates me is like, you have nothing better to do. That's one of the worst phrases I've ever heard, because if I don't want to do something, whatever I'm doing is more important than that. Yeah. Now, there are situations where it's like, if you walk down the street, you get $1 million. I don't want to. You have nothing better to do. Okay, go get but it's that I don't think that's ever something that people should really like, because you got to understand, if someone's going through something, like say you got a roommate, they don't want to do the dishes, but they dirtied all the dishes, and it's like, it's your turn, man, come on. Like, you're not doing anything anyway. It's like, that's not what if they're going through something mentally, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying give people a pass to be lazy, but at the same time, like, just people fall back on that phrase so much. I've heard that shit so much, and it's like, that's not the important part. The important part is, why do they not want to do it? If they're just being lazy, they're just being lazy. But
I feel like, I mean, I'm pretty sure I've used that at some point too.
We all have.
But it's I mean, and I'm sure I've heard it, and it's more of a dig as to try to get a reason out of it rather than, you know.
logically say like, well, nothing you're doing fucking matters. But that's
Yeah,
what you're
yeah,
saying.
yeah, pretty much.
It's like, you're not doing anything. It's like, if I want to binge this show because that's what I need to recover and my peace of mind so I could do my shit
Yeah.
tomorrow and not blow my brains out, let me fucking do that. You know what I mean? And I don't think people think about, like, we're all one bad day away from being a fucking psychopath prisoner. Like,
No doubt.
um,
Yeah, well, I don't know about a day now. I think I'm like a week now. If I got a bad week, it might push me over the edge a little bit. But
right. Well, it depends how
but,
bad the day. It'd have to
yeah,
be a
yeah, that's
real
true.
bad day, not a normal bad, just a real bad.
Yeah,
I did
I'd
want
have
to
to be
get
off my
into
meds or something.
I did want to get into one more thing with you, and then we'll probably
Yeah.
wrap this up. So, as long as I've known you, you've been very diverse in your choice of music.
All
What
right.
right now are the musics that are interesting you? What's your thoughts on what's going on in music? Just music. We're switching over to music. What's going on with music with you?
Um, so if we're going to music right now, of course, when we talk about diverse, I still listen. I still don't listen to classical.
Oh yeah, for
I
sure.
still don't, I still don't touch country, but everything else is still kind of on the table for me. Uh, rock right now, I think is dead,
It
unfortunately.
is, bro.
Uh,
We'll get into
I,
that.
I, it's something that I just can't. I look at these new bands and I'm like, dude, there ain't really any
We'll
creativity
bring it
going into
back to that.
this.
We'll bring it because I got a lot to say about rock right now. You know how
It's
important it is to me. You know what I mean?
yeah. Well, I know we tried to do a rock band
Yeah, we
way
literally,
back when,
yeah, exactly. I'll never forget
and
Terry's vocals.
heavy heavy metal. I mean, same thing with heavy metal, but I don't think I'm into as hard stuff as I was probably back in my high
Yeah,
school.
there's still some underground bands that are still doing like the screamo and the super
Mhm.
heavy stuff, but I'm not real big into that stuff either.
I would say punk probably in the same boat. It's definitely it's not 2008 no more, man. There ain't no really good punk bands
MGK, what are you
around.
talking about?
Oh hell no! I'll get this shit. Get that
We'll
shit
get
out of
into
here.
that one too.
Uh, um, rap is definitely the biggest thing that's booming right now for sure. But I still catch myself going back to kind of what I feel is the golden era. Not really the golden era, but like I feel like this weird strange sense from the good 2000s to about 2013 ish. There's a
The
whole
new
lot of
wave.
bangers in those timelines, you
Yeah.
know, and just like in just that decade or so.
Yep.
You kind of go forward a little bit. It seems very diluted. Of course, you got some diamonds in the
100%.
rough,
It's more
which I mean,
business, man.
name.
It's
What
more
was that?
business. It's more business. It's kind of like
Yeah,
when you start to look at gaming. Games are more towards the free to play battle pass microtransactions. It's just
yeah,
as when shit gets bigger, it gets watered down because we're trying to make money off of it, not trying to make masterpieces. They don't care
yeah.
if Lil Pump is popular forever. He's made them millions of dollars.
Little Pump, I do. God damn.
Now, if like producers, that this is the weird thing too that changes with the more business. So hip hop is the number one music in the world right now. But if you take
Yeah,
into consideration that back in the day, if Dr. Dre put out a horrible artist, people would hate it and he would
yeah,
lose reputation. Now you just say, oh, it's for a different demographic. You just don't like it because you're old or something stupid. And then the kids cling to it.
yeah,
And they think that's what's good because it's being forced to them. And they can keep up with these artists and they drop 1,000 songs because their music sucks or is diluted.
yeah.
And then they make millions off of it. So, I mean, you're 100% right. It's very, very diluted. And, you know, it's not to say that we can't all sit here. If that was the only music out, we would all love it. But we were born in the golden age of hip hop.
Oh yeah. Yeah, hip hop and rock, man. Those that
No,
2000, 2010, you can
I'll
go back and
rock for
see
sure. I think
so
metal
much.
was better before the 2000s.
Well, yeah.
Just because all
I
of the
mean,
hair metal, the Metallicas, the Slayers, like all of that stuff.
yeah,
And then after that, you had like metalcore, the metalcore movement, the Kill Switch, Avenged, all of that stuff.
hey, hey, man, that's the stuff that I get nostalgic about, though. That's what we're
Oh,
talking about here. You go back to,
you already know
um,
I worship those bands, man. I know
eh,
all of their songs and everything, man. Um, but
I've been getting pretty nostalgic with, if we're talking about rock and metal, Atreyu. I've been
yeah,
kind of going back and listening to all
I
their stuff again.
one of their they got like a whole album that I just it's just random. Like I'm just like I need to listen to it. One of my favorite songs off of the album is "When Two Are One."
Yep. Yeah, they're talking about.
Lead Cell Paper Inker. That fucking
Yep.
album.
It's still one of the best, man. That's one of the best ones right
Dude, the
there for sure.
guitar work, the drum. I mean, it's a masterpiece, man. It really is.
I'm actually about to pull up that album real quick. I'm gonna name off some
Becoming the Bull, like
yep,
nasty
Becoming the
riffs,
Bull.
nasty vocals.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, when 201, Lose Yourself,
Hmm.
Blow, Doomsday, of course. Um, those were the really Falling Down. That's one I was thinking of.
You
That
know
was
who I
also
think has
very,
gotten
very good one.
terrible, and this is could just be bias, but I hate Falling in Reverse now.
Fall in Reverse. I mean, to be honest, oh, man, you gotta make me bring them up. So I'm pretty sure I only know probably like two or three songs by them. To be honest with you,
But they used to have good
um,
stuff. So did Escape the Fate. Fucking
Save the
3 Days
Fate.
Grace
That's
is terrible now.
so yeah. 3 Days Grace when they went through that
They're so
when they
bad
went through that
now,
new
bro.
uh, after that Chalk Outline album, that was
I
yeah.
didn't even fuck with
There,
that album. Like
no,
that album was
it
catchy.
wasn't bad. It
It
wasn't
wasn't
bad.
bad. It
I
wasn't bad,
mean,
but it wasn't like everything before that was fucking great.
it wasn't like 1X, I think it was called, right?
I'm not sure the album
Yeah,
name,
yeah,
honestly.
yeah. 1X. They had Pain, Animal I've Become, Never Too Late, Riot. Yeah, yeah. That was their like big hit right there.
Insane riffs. Like they were like a better vocal Papa Roach.
Then I mean, hell, it might be an unpopular opinion. I think Slipknot has kind of lost its touch too. I
Slipknot is
remember
trying to
Slipknot.
blend, man. Corey Taylor is he's a legend, man, but I think he's trying to expand himself and it's making a lot of weird shit. And it's not to say that that's bad per se. Like, be happy, do what makes you happy. But, like,
Yeah,
it's definitely impacting the quality of the music.
I I. Man, I'm trying to remember because I remember I think I listened to Stone Sour's new album and I listened to Slipknot's new album and I'm kind of like they sound the same.
No. Well, and they
Like
used to
there's
be
no,
very
it's
different
not
from each
different.
other, too. And that's the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
Um,
And
but, I
that's kind of
mean,
what got me.
that's a hard one, though, man. They're old. They're getting old, and I mean it's like Metallica.
Yeah.
Metallica's newer albums aren't shit compared to their old albums. You've been in it for so
Yeah.
long, you kind of have a formula. You lose a couple members, it is what it is. I'm not mad at them for it. It's not gonna be something that I'm personally going out of my way to listen to.
How about
MGK.
uh, Rise Against? Were you ever into Rise Against?
I like loved the song.
If you say
What
prayer to
is it?
refugee, I'm gonna slap you.
No, it was I think it's Rise Against the she said I don't hate you. Da, 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 da.
Yeah,
There's still something
I'm
left.
pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's Savior. I'm
Yeah,
almost
yeah.
confident.
That
I used to
that
listen to them all the time.
that song, man. I never got that heavily into them. I had like 4 or 5 songs I listened to, but fucking that
Mm.
song is a masterpiece, man. That's that one's fire, bro. Crazy riffs, crazy vocals, breakdowns, like it's a very good fucking song.
Also, I'm just kind of going back through a list right now that I kind of made it like high school nostalgia.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, you got Kill Switch,
Kill Switch is
System of a
goated,
Down.
man.
I've actually not listened to their new stuff, so I can't really say nothing about it. When Howard was on vocals, I
They
think that was their peak.
actually Kill Switch did something very strange. When Howard left, they got heavy as fuck. They
Really?
literally,
Okay.
yeah. They didn't go like, oh, we're gonna try to like start making straight ballads or something, which most people do as they get older. Like they were like, all right, now we're about to fucking punch. Like, and for me,
All
like
right,
I said, I'm
exactly what
not
I'm
super
expecting.
into the heavy shit. Like, but Killswitch did heavy good. That was one of the things that made Killswitch so good to me. Like, one of my favorite songs from them is This Is My Goodbye.
Mm,
It's so
I would.
dark, but
I,
like fucking beautiful.
I want to say my favorite was probably Rose of Sharon or
Sharon
something.
and Rosa Sharon.
Yeah,
Sharon.
I have no idea how to pronounce that. But yeah,
Dude,
that was
both of
probably
those
one of my favorite
albums
ones.
were fucking insane, man. Their whole
Oh yeah.
discography. If you appreciate guitar work and vocals, it's insane. Drums are
Well,
solid
hey man,
too.
this is probably something that we could probably get into. We can start doing some music podcasting and doing some.
Fuck yeah.
I'm
Just
I'm I'm
live
totally down
stream
for that. We can,
playlist.
yeah. Well, I'll say
Old
we can
head
sit down and
playlist.
and
We'll
talk
have
about
to
the golden era.
we'll have to make a like a Spotify and then we can just add songs to the playlist and we'll go through them.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, I'm down with that because I know that you can do the contributor or whatever it's called, or like partner up with
Yeah.
someone and drop stuff on playlist. Yeah.
I mean, I
For
don't
some
really give a
reason,
fuck about copyright strikes anyway. I'm not making money off this
and there
shit
you
right
go.
now.
Well,
um,
well, hell, you can sit down and say it's a music review. There's
yeah,
people that do that, so
yeah. Or
because
like a music like reflection or something. I'm sure there's some sort of something.
but
Um,
yeah, we can sit down and talk about 2000s and like all the
yeah,
early
we'll
good stuff.
definitely have to do that. So back to rock.
Mm,
It's very bizarre, but I remember probably about a year ago, I was talking to someone and I was like, dude, it's weird. We had so many good rock bands, and I'm gonna say what I'm about to say and potentially be crucified for it. But Nickelback, Creed, like these guys were good as hell, and I don't care if people don't like their music because I'm sure you had one that you like, Three Doors Down, like Daltrey, like there were so many. I mean, this is 4 out of hundreds. We also had like
yeah,
the Simple Plans, Green Days, Wolf Mother, like there were so many, so many. I mean, literally just infinite to pick from. And now there are none that I can name. I can't name a single one.
uh, I really can't either. And I mean, I'm actually looking at some music festivals right now. Since we're on the topic about that,
Mm,
um, a lot of it is stuff that we have because that we grew up with that are all touring
yeah.
right now. Um, like I'll just go with this one. Puddle of Mud, Fuel, Eve 6, Saliva, Saving Abel, Powerman
All
5000,
of those
Eyes
are
Set to
good
Kill.
bands. All of them.
Yeah.
They all, and I'm
and
not saying like they're GOAT status, but they had solid
yeah,
music.
and
At least one
this is a
banger, you know what I
throwback.
mean?
Yeah, Sugar Ray. You remember that?
You remember Still Panther?
Steel Panther.
I
Yeah,
don't know why
I remember seeing them at Rock on the Range.
people fucking love Steel Panther. But with that being said, yeah, I don't know what happened, man.
Because I'm looking at some of these new ones and I can't recognize the names, and I vary. Like, I do a lot of driving for my work, so it's
Mm,
like I'm on my Spotify. I clock probably. Actually, I got my year review. I think I had almost
mm,
like 20,000 hours or something like crazy like that.
Jesus.
And
On Spotify?
yeah, yeah. It goes something insane because like as soon as I get up in the morning, I pop my earbuds in,
Yeah, see, that's
cook my
overload for
food,
me,
and like on the
man.
road.
Even as a musician and like someone who actively makes music, it's sensory overload for me because I like when
Yeah,
I listen to stuff. I like for you, you're driving, it's kind of in the background. Like me, I lock in. I don't even like
got
to
you.
think when I just like vibe with it. Sometimes it's all right, but like for the most part, I want to just pay attention to the song. So like it's
Yeah.
sensory over. I would literally like I'd probably be depressed if I listen to music that much. As weird as that sounds.
Well, actually, here's another festival lineup: The Used, Less Than Jake, Story of a Year, The Red Jumpsuit Apparatus, Evergreen Terrence.
What every time you say weird names, it puts me like the red jumpsuit apparatus. I think of Finger 11. They did the
Yep.
Paralyzer. Like, bro,
Paralyzer.
band,
Yeah.
bro, every band, like all of them have at least one song you can jam to. And
Yep.
here's the weird thing too: the radio doesn't even play new music. It's all
It's
old music.
bad.
They play
Yeah,
the
there's nothing
same
really
damn songs.
recent. Because I used to listen to when I did a lot of local work. I used to listen to radio all the time, 997 The Blitz,
Mm,
and
they suck. They're terrible. Fucking Blitz is
they're
horrible. You know it's bad
yeah,
when you
there's
like
wasn't
the
a lot of new
talking
stuff.
segments on a fucking radio show, but their talking is better than the
Yeah,
damn playlist. So,
yeah,
we
it's
got
because
Welcome to the Jungle
it's
by
like
Guns N' Roses again. Like, can you play something else?
yeah, it's because it just doesn't seem like there's anything really coming out that's new, man. I
There
mean,
has to be, man. There has to be. I just don't think there's
I
enough in it right now to even make a difference. I don't think people are going to see rock shows anymore.
well, here I'm about to bring up some new rock here.
And if
Hold
they
on.
are, it's not at a level that is even worth in comparison to, say, doing what Post Malone does. Post Malone changed from a rock star to a pop star. So now and that's no disrespect to him. I think he's great, but at the
Hmm.
same time, he's he is an example of what's happening. And then it's kind of weird.
Okay,
Go ahead.
I'll say it. So I'm just seeing this new playlist right here
Mm,
for rock and metal. The only recognizable one is I Prevail.
yeah,
I
I've heard of
believe
them.
that is the only one that I can say
I
that
can't
would
name you one of their
probably get.
songs, but I've heard of them.
Yeah, I think that would be the only one I can really be like, I've heard of them.
Yeah. I mean,
The rest I have no clue.
it's a very weird shift, but I think what makes it even more weird is you take somebody who is a rapper and then he switches and starts doing this like punk rock, and he sounds exactly like bites of music that we had when we were younger. And it's like it's very weird. I'm not dissing MGK for cuz I hate his current music honestly, but it's more so a is he helping or is he just profiting?
So I'm not entirely sure. I haven't really been following that too much. I
Have you
think
heard his
outside of the
music?
fact that I know some of his rap. That's about as far as I
You haven't
go.
heard any of his new punk rock?
Not yet, not yet.
Listen to it. It's not
I'll have
bad.
to get it.
It's just generic as all hell. Like if you hear it, you could probably jam to it, but it's very it sounds like he took songs from Blink-182 and shit like that and just
Oh,
literally
for real?
remade them.
Okay, got you,
And
got you.
he's
I
every
know.
song he does has Travis Barker too, so that's probably why. But
Yeah, yeah. If you add Travis Barker to the mix, that's kind of weird.
it seems insulting, but it's not at the same time. Like I'm glad that he's bringing attention back, but at the same time, like you're a
Well, so
sellout too.
I well, so with him doing that, I'll actually one up that real quick with Denzel Curry, right?
Yeah, Denzel's great.
So have you actually heard of his cover of Rage Against the Machine?
That shit was awesome.
Uh, he actually killed it, man.
Dude, Denzel's a monster, man. That dude is in my top 5. Like current
Really?
top 5 for sure. It's my
Who's
top
number one?
5 right now. Number 1, J. Cole. Number 2, Joyner. Number
There
3,
we go.
probably. See, I want to put Kendrick up there, but he's not doing anything. So he'd probably be my number 5. Denzel Curry would probably be number 3. And then Lil Nas X. No, I'm just playing, but
Lil Nas.
who would be my number 4?
Is M still up there? Well, no.
For me, I mean, if we're talking current generation, he's not part of it, but like I definitely still
Really?
listen to Eminem. Eminem is his ability is unmatched. I understand that some people don't like the sonic sound of his song. It's not super melodic. It's not, but like, dude, his ability with words always blows. I mean, I literally sit there and get exhausted. I'll explain a bar to my girl, and I'm just like, how? What is wrong with you? Like, what the fuck are you
Yeah.
doing? Nobody does it at that level. I don't care what anybody says. Like, I've seen all
Yeah.
of the greats. There are some people who can out cadence and out, like, sound him, but nobody does words as well as him. And he's the fucking word goat.
So then, how about Logic? Nine, nine top five.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is the thing that I don't like about Logic. There have been times where I've listened to his music and I'm like, yeah, he fucking snapped. But half the time when he puts out music, it sounds like he's not even trying.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm talking about, though? He always has that, like, and then I gotta get it, I gotta get it. And it's like he always goes back to that. And that's fine, but, like, don't always dumb it down. And that's...
I kind of only really felt that with Sriracha.
But see, that's where a lot of people pay attention to it. But I feel that shit on, like, all of his songs. Not all.
Really?
No, I'm being rude. I do like Logic, don't get me wrong, but he's not in my top. He might not even be top 10. I would probably take somebody like fucking DaBaby over Logic right now.
B.O.B.? Nah, he ain't part of this generation.
Have you seen his LA Leakers freestyle?
Nah.
He spazzed on that shit, bro.
Really?
I will tell you this though, out of the newer people, some of the like Joyner and Kendrick and Cole, they're not necessarily new, but out of the newer, like the new guys, Lil Baby, man, he can rap his ass off. I hate his voice. So much, but he's good.
Little Baby, yeah, Little Baby. I don't, man. I want to say I listened to.
He did the song with Joyner, Ramen and OJ.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I like everybody having fun with me. Like he can actually rap really well though. And fucking JID, bro. He's in my top 5. Jid.
Gotcha.
Have you listened to him?
I don't think I have. I've kind of been.
If you like Logic,
on
listen to JID, bro. He raps circles around Logic, but he raps kind of like Logic.
AK,
The real AK?
the white dude.
I'm pretty sure he used to go by the real AK. He's actually pretty good, but it's kind of weird. I still hold him to like YouTube rapper status.
Or NF.
NF is good. NF is for sure top 10 right now. NF isn't as bar heavy. He doesn't have punchlines, but his energy is probably the best in the game right now. And his sound is so fucking powerful. Just the way he's like, for one, his beat selection is fucking insane. But two, he's got this like, it's just like this weird just kick up. It's like, oh, really coming, it's like fucking just starts slamming. Like he's got, his energy is unmatched right now. There ain't anybody with the energy of NF right now.
About I'm just kind of ringing off some names. How about Ti? Because he's still dropping music.
I honestly, T.I. has been one of my favorites since I was a kid. I remember the Urban Legend album came out.
Mm-hmm.
And between that and the fucking, I think it was an Eminem show at the time, man. Nah, it probably wasn't Eminem. It might have been Encore. I don't remember. Whatever one came out around the same time, like, dude, that's all I listened to. That and Ludacris. That was all I listened to at that time, dude. Fucking, I had those albums and I had this little radio. It's like this big and it had speakers and a disc player on the top. I literally sat in the corner of my room with that motherfucker like this because it wasn't loud at all. It was like fucking 2 watts. But I just sat there and I listened to that shit. And man, I remember me and my sister. Go.
I was like, how do you feel about Tom McDonald?
So Tom McDonald is an interesting one. When I first heard Tom McDonald, I was like, okay, this guy's got some interesting points. And as I listened more and more and more, it started to piss me off, not because what he's saying, but because it's all a gimmick. Which technically everything is. We all do everything for money, or else we wouldn't be fucking doing it at all. But, well, that's a lie. I do everything that I do on my channel without money. So, but the goal is to eventually make profit off of it. But I'd still play games and talk to friends and shit. But, Tom McDonald, for one, is a Canadian. A lot of people don't know that because he's so into American politics. He does the Dax thing where it's like, I'm gonna make 1,000 Eminem remixes, and then he comes out with the song where he's like, Eminem's a clone and this and that, and it's like, it's fine to say whatever you want. We've all had that conversation. We've all had that, like, Eminem looks like a fucking clone. We've all heard that conspiracy theory, right? Here's the thing.
Yeah.
You as an artist have a responsibility. You have done so much shit in the name of Eminem. All Rap God remix, this and that, right? It's disrespectful as hell to benefit off of that man's name and then come out and then like kind of like throw a little shot at him. And then he said something in one of his songs where he's like, Eminem used to rap about raping women. Now he talks about like being Donald Trump or something, like, or whatever. And it's like,
that's game of culture, though. That's game of the times.
I understand that, and I really do. But just because it's a trending topic doesn't mean you should say it. Eminem has always been political. Always. I mean, any of his music, he's always name dropped. That's one of the things that made Eminem who he is. He doesn't give a fuck about saying something.
Yeah.
But again, the only reason I say that it sucks for Tom McDonald to do so is because you're using his name constantly. You play on the race issue too much. I'm not saying that he has valid points. Not all of them. I don't agree with everything he says, but he does have valid points. He also says things that we've all thought. But it's so fucking gimmicky. And it's so weird. Like, and then after he did the Eminem shit, then and I had an argument with one of my friends because he was like, it's not disrespectful to Eminem, blah, blah, blah. If Eminem felt disrespected, he would respond. I'm like, he wouldn't, though, because it would give him fucking attention. Tom McDonald's not that big right now. But, in comparison to fucking Eminem anyway, but, so then after that, he went and spent the $100,000 or whatever and got a beat made by Eminem and made a song called Dear Shady, basically sucking him off. And it's like, weren't you just fucking like I said, but that's just one topic. That's just the Eminem thing. But it's kind of the same thing in all like, you're literally just saying shit because it's cool. It's popular. It's what's happening. But he's not even American. So you shouldn't be talking about American culture as your primary source of content. But he's not a terrible artist either.
Gotcha. All right.
I just kind of get like, here we go again. not always, but sometimes. Like when he did that diss to Mac Lethal, that shit was actually good. I think he rapped his ass off on that. Did you see that?
I did not, I believe.
Him and Mac Lethal had a little rap battle, and I think he slaughtered Mac Lethal.
Gotcha. Trying to think of any other ones I can hit. So I know you mentioned Dax.
Yeah. Dax can rap his ass off. I just think he needs to stop making so many fucking remixes, which I understand probably gets him more attention than his actual music, but like, make an album, man. Relax. Make an album. Take some time, put some work on the songs, and like really test your pen out, because you can rap, but you're dropping Rap God remix number 7, and it's like, dog, I want to hear you on your own shit. One of the things that I love about hip hop is like the different pockets. Like when you look at something like fucking say Paul Wall and Slim Thug, what the fuck, Still Tippin', versus I Like the Way You Move from Outkast, versus Cleaning Out My Closet, versus fucking you know what I'm saying? Like, way different. Yeah. So don't sit here and just continue to go with this, like, I feel like Dax has more to offer than just lyrics as well. I want to hear some, I've heard him singing and shit, so I would like to hear some of his, like try to make a record. That's one of the things that really got me sucked in with Joyner is he's a fucking incredible storyteller. And like, he's not afraid to slow it down and just paint a picture.
So with your ranking system here, where would you put Dax, Hopsin, or the Joker?
The Joker.
Yeah, who would come out top?
Who's the Joker?
Oh, you don't know the Joker? It's. Wait, you ever haven't heard of the Joker? You need to. You
That's
give the
the
listen,
artist
man.
name is the Joker?
Yeah.
I may have heard of him. Does he have actual face tattoos?
No, I have no idea. I've never
I've
really
probably heard of him. Not ringing any bells right off the top, though. I mean, I can't speak on the Joker because I don't know him, but Hopsin murders fucking Dax. I mean, it's not even close. Hopsin, in my opinion, is probably like, in this whole new like 2000s to 2020, Hopsin's probably in my top 25.
Gotcha. I mean, I felt his last album was a little weaker comparative to his other ones.
I also feel like he just went for different sounds, because I felt that way at first, and then I went back and I was like, this shit actually was ahead of its time. Like,
really?
Yeah, go listen to it again. You'll be like, this shit why did I sleep on this song? Like, this shit was fire as fuck. Especially the Witch Doctor. That song is fucking insane.
And then how would you put to be another Joker? Oh shit, trying to think now. So you got Tyler the Creator. There we go.
Tyler is different. He's a very different. He's rap wise, he's got this like really cool, almost MF Doom type, like trying to like make this like it's less about like being aggressive and more about like relaxing into the syllables, like a smorgasbord, a door source, and a four source, and a gork of war, and it sounds like weird, like they're almost like aliens talking, but it makes sense and you understand it because it's English. But it's like this really cool, like monotone, but not monotone, melodic. Like it's a very strange. But then he also has the ability to make hits like fucking Earthquake. And it's like
Earthquake.
that,
Yeah, Earthquake.
but he's very different, man. I don't, it's hard to even put him on a list because the competition would have to have a lot of depth. Like he's
Gotcha.
very versatile and he can rap his ass off. And he's
I think
about
I
that
got.
life. That motherfucker is crazy.
I got one left here. Where would you put Kanye West? Yee.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I still have not listened to Donda. I've heard some stuff from it, and I heard he released a song recently that I actually fucked with heavily. It was after Donda, and like in the video, he was like wrecking cars or some shit. I can't remember, but like that song was actually good. But it reminded me of like just a more simple rhyme scheme, but he was still rapping his ass off. But before Donda, I didn't really like Kanye for a while. I know some people suck Kanye off like crazy. I'm not saying his old music was better, it just clicked with me more and never his newer shit never grew on me like Jesus. I thought that album was dog shit. I'm not saying there wasn't I don't, that's just it didn't click with me at all, you know what I mean? But there will probably be a time where I go back and I listen to it and I'm like, yeah, I love it now. That's me though. I'll go back and listen to shit and be like, why? Like I'm in the mind state for that now.
So would you so say if we cut it off at 2011, from 2004 to 2011, you got College Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation, Heartbreak, My Beautiful Darkness or Dark Twisted Fantasy, and then Watch the Throne.
Watch the Throne was great. I got a verse I wrote actually, in a song called Watch the Throne, ironically. Um you'd have to listen to the verse, but I literally said song titles. Watch the Throne, Coming to Take It, I Gotta Have It, Don't You Fucking Mistake It. And I said, uh, what is it? Who's gonna stop me? I'm launching its lift off like a humongous pillow, you pussies is big soft. Like it was just kind of, but like that was the whole, it was a homage to Watch the Throne, like, but also the whole song is like, I'm, I'm the shit. I'm coming to take that motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, but it was a playful song, but yeah, that
Gotcha.
shit was I don't I feel like that's gonna go over a lot of people's heads when they hear the song though. Is that Lift Off was a song, Coming to Take It, if I'm not mistaken, was a song on there.
Mm.
Um, but like there was just a couple in that whole verse. I tried to use phrases from the track list, like the names, but I put them in phrases and shit. That fucking album was classic. All of those albums were fucking classic. And then you drop some
Oh yeah.
shit like Jesus, and it's like, I hate to be the person because I don't gatekeep what's good or bad, but it just did not
Yeah.
click with me at all.
So actually, I know you came at me with the MGK thing, and I'm not too familiar with
He's the
that,
GOAT.
but
Number one. I don't know where you're going, but number one, he's the GOAT.
but are you familiar with what Trapped is up to?
Trapped the band? Like
Trapped,
Headstrong?
Trapped. Yeah, that's the only song that they're really recognized for that at this
They have
time.
some
But
really heavy shit, but no, what are they up to?
Oh man. So as a kid, when Facebook kind of when Facebook kind of came out, we subscribed to all kinds of shit or like pages, or band pages.
Mhm.
Um, Trapped was ironically one of the bands that like, oh, I clicked like or whatever,
Yeah, I
and I think it
unfollowed them
was
so fucking quick because it's all just spammy bullshit.
so ironically, it wasn't spam. The dude had actual access. I forget who it was, but he was actually just posting random stuff.
Mm.
Um, and good God, man, there was some uh like the
You
dude's
built this
fighting with
shit
like
up so far. I'm just waiting to hear what the fuck actually happens. It could
oh
be
dude,
anything. They could have did some shit
man
that's gonna get
man
them
you,
canceled.
well,
Switch to
yeah,
mumble rap.
like they're getting canceled basically. If you started doing a deep
Oh,
dive
dude,
into it,
was that the dude who he
they're
was doing like the Nazi salutes in the fucking concert? Was that him,
it was kind of like that. He also was talking about like pedophilia or whatever. He's like, oh, 13 is just a number or something like
bro?
that, and he's
He,
getting into
he
fights with people in the comments, and
but he
oh
had
yeah,
the
they're getting canceled.
they were playing like a real small gig and he was doing like the fucking Hell Hitler, right? That was
There
them.
was that one.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
Um,
I have heard something about him. I forgot that was them though. Damn.
so actually, if you just want a quick deep dive on it real quick, if you go to Google and just type in "trapped tweets," you can see you can
We
see
should do. You know
some
what
that
we
have
should
access
do?
to.
We should we should do another one of these, and we'll write down artists just
Hmm.
before we do it. Just write down any artist you think of, and we'll try to get a decent list, and we'll see what they're up to now. People we haven't heard of though,
Okay,
like
with it.
or not
Gotcha.
necessarily haven't heard of, but haven't heard from. Like if a band just dropped an album
Kind of like
that's
the one hit numbers type deal from back in the
yeah,
day.
or at least like say like Simple Plan, somebody who hasn't really dropped
Oh
music
man,
or something.
simple plan. I would say you got
Like
some plan. I'm trying to think of one would be good. Alien Ant Farm.
eh, they had one of the best covers of all time, if not the best cover of all time. That
There's
shit
not a lot of
literally
songs
catapulted
where you
them.
can. What's like there's not a lot of songs that you can say it's kind of theirs now. But when I think of Smooth Criminal, I no longer think of the Michael Jackson version. I strictly think of
I don't think you're gonna have the universal vote on that one though, but they did fucking
yeah.
kill it. It's hard though, because both are classic. I think theirs sounds more instrumental. Michael
Mm,
Jackson's puts more of an emphasis on the synth and the vocals. So if you're more of an instrumental person, you probably would like theirs better.
mm.
But I
Yeah,
mean,
no,
they're
it
fucking identical. I mean, 110% Michael Jackson would have
really.
fucking loved that fucking song.
You bad stuck back.
But so this turned into you interviewing me, damn it. Let's uh so what okay, so I gave my top 5 right now in rap.
Mm.
Who's your top 5 right now in rap?
Oh shit, you can make okay. Let me review my Spotify playlist.
Yeah, you can see
That's gonna
like
help
your
me out.
most listened to, right?
Well, dog, if you're gonna check my most listened to, it is Joyner Lucas. I love
Oh, Joyner is
that, that
fucking
that
he's
is my
goated,
most
man.
played.
Joyner is one of those hard ones because people think you're like corny if you listen to him, but it's like, have you listened to his music? This motherfucker is a
Oh yeah,
beast. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, how can you say he's cheesy? People just hate shit for no reason. Dude got an Eminem
yeah,
cosign, and they're like, yeah, he's whack.
yeah. I would say Joyner. I'd put one for right now. Um,
What do you think of
have you
J.
heard of
Cole's new
Maury?
shit?
J. Cole?
Murray?
I mean, or like the feature, or just him in general.
just in general.
I mean, I can't say I listen to a lot of his songs. I mean, to name a few, like "Get the Fuck Off My Dick." That was one
Mhm.
I used to jam quite a bit.
When you said that, I only thought of Ultrasound from Joyner.
um, uh, I mean, I can say I listen to a handful of stuff. I never sat down and listened to like a whole album, for sure. I mean, like
J.
I could
Cole?
probably count. Yeah,
Do
I
you
mean, at least like 10 or 11 songs. I could probably tell you. You know, like I never sat down. I'm one of the guys that kind of like to hit the next button. You know, if I'm not feeling it in the first like
yeah.
25 seconds or something like that.
You gotta give Cole an ear, man. Like you can't just
Yeah.
play Cole. You gotta listen to Cole.
I mean,
Cole is like
out of all of them, I mean, he's definitely in the top five. I would put him at least two or three. I mean, for right now. And like, I'm not more like heavily involved on the music side like you know.
no.
Um, I mean, granted, like I do play instruments. You know, I don't sing or nothing, but
Yeah, I'm just a fucking nerd.
rap. but,
You're
but
not as nerdy as I
but
am, damn it.
yeah. Yes, but I can sit down and then like really appreciate the music, and then I can
yeah.
also with like having played bass, having played guitar or drums, stuff of that nature, I can sit there and kind of like dissect the actual music and be like, oh, that's the
Mm.
bass line right there, you know. Um, so I
I'll have to
mean,
compile you a I don't really use Spotify too much. I just use YouTube music and shit a lot, but
mm,
I'll download Spotify and we'll make ourselves like a fucking couple of different playlists. And
yeah, I'm
I'll
down with
make
that.
you some Cole playlists, some shit that I know you'll fuck with.
Yeah, I'm down. So I got Joyner, I got Cole. And I'm gonna say it's outright. I have not really listened to much from Kendrick. And I will say that now.
That's shocking.
And
Kendrick, hey, I'm gonna tell you this, bro.
kind of get that out of the
Before
way.
you listen to Kendrick, Kendrick is different. He can be annoying as fuck if you're not like kind of vibing with it, if it makes sense. Like he's got this weird like almost Lil Wayne quality. Like if you don't like Lil Wayne, you're gonna be like he's fucking annoying. It's just like this break yourself and like you kind of get this like whiny
Now,
sometimes.
I kind of stand with that though, because originally I didn't really like Lil Wayne, and then now I'm kind of coming back and listening to his
No.
stuff, and I'm like, you know what,
Well, Lil
it's not
Wayne is
good for
fucking leaps and bounds better than the kids he birthed.
me. Yeah.
They are a watered down
Um.
Lil Wayne, and like Lil Wayne is actually a really respectable MC. But at one point, I did hate Lil Wayne. But I hated Lil
Yeah.
Wayne because of his auto tune and his like that shit was so cringy to us because we were instrumentals. We grew up on real music, real like
Yeah.
not
Rock
computer
stuff
shit.
like
You
that.
know,
Yeah.
not even just rock. We had Michael Jackson. We had fucking you know what I'm saying, Marvin Gaye. Like we had classics. See, that's the thing. A lot of people would put like a racial, like, oh, you didn't like Lil Wayne because you're racist or something. Like, no, I didn't like Lil Wayne because auto tune that sounds like that. Dude, I always hated T Pain. Always hated T Pain. People are like, oh, his music was so
How
good.
about now though? How about now though?
Now I respect him because I've grown used to
There
the
you
auto tune. You know what I mean? And at this point, it's kind of like a vocal effect. But it was like we also grew up in a very competitive climate. Nobody could sound the same. Nobody could cheat. You had to be good. Nowadays, you could drop an album and it literally be all auto tune, and people are like, "Yeah, fuck with that." It's like, no, you like the beat. The vocalist did nothing, and that's where I feel like a lot of people got bitter because it was like back in our age, you had to really be able to fucking rap. You had to have bars.
yeah.
You had to have everything. Every rapper that made it in the '90s and the '80s and the '70s and shit, they had to be fucking good. Good. Big L would
Oh
wrap
yeah.
circles around most. There's only a
Well,
few that could hang with him now.
I would say I ironically, because I think I'm at number three now. I would put Big L because but I know that ain't current, but that's on my playlist. That's I got
Hey,
most of his stuff sitting on my playlist.
Big L's. I fucking love his ability. This is one of the things I was talking about with being able to do everything. When he goes, my gun, your guns go boom boom, and my guns go bow bow, or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it's a
Yeah.
stupid bar. It's fucking cheesy, but it just sounds good. Kanye said this
I actually
best.
know exactly the song you're talking about. That's
Hmm.
um uh put it on right there.
Uh-huh.
It's put it on.
He has some crazy bars in that shit too. But it's one of those things where Kanye said, if you take skill, you could be the most skilled motherfucker ever, and if you don't break the rules of those skills, you'll never make good music because it's boring. You gotta be willing to do something stupid. You gotta be willing, like, even down to like the fucking Jay-Z and Eminem, like chicka chicka. Like, who the fuck, do you realize how stupid that sounds? Imagine if I was in a mic really rapping some shit back in the 80s and I'm just like chicka chicka chicka. Like, people would be like, what the hell? But then they kind of like hear the sound, so it's almost like scatting, like, and then I came, and then I go, and I came, and it's like ad-libbing your shit with a beatbox, kinda, but it's not. So you gotta balance skill and, he said stupidity, but I'll say creativity. You gotta be able to just
Um,
feel it and make something different, you know?
so I did my third. I'm on fourth now. I'm gonna throw a curveball. I'm gonna go R.A. Rugged Man.
RA's good. You like Locksmith?
I don't think I've really. Well, I might have heard a couple of songs, but that name's not too recognizable for me.
He does some stuff with RA. Him and RA are pretty
Yeah,
close. They're pretty much in the same ballpark.
same group. Because I know he normally runs with like Afro,
Mhm.
um,
Yeah,
Gifted
I mean, they're
Gab.
literally the exact same. If you put
Uh,
them in a room, you'd be like, yeah, they obviously know each other.
gotcha.
They're good though. Those dudes are important. You know what I mean? They may not be the backbone, but they're the fucking foundation.
And then fifth, let's go with Tech Nine.
Tech Nine is timeless, man. Bro, I think we had this conversation before, but Tech Nine, for one, Strange Music is awesome. He's done an incredible job with that. But man, he did the song with Chris Calico, What If It Was Me? Not only the
Yeah,
meaning and the timing of the song, the fucking rap pockets, the fucking, like, the cadences, he's rapping his ass off, and then Chris Calico comes in and drops maybe one of the greatest fucking melodies ever in a fucking rap
yeah.
song ever. That fucking, like, um,
What if it was
what
me?
if I dun, 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 dun,
Yeah,
dun, 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 dun. Like, that
yeah.
shit is so fucking hard, bro. That is one of the greatest songs ever made, man. I don't give a shit what anybody says.
I
Chris Calico is a
I still
fucking
come back
monster
on that
too,
quite a
man.
bit.
Bro, and the beat, oh my god, if you got a good sound system or headphones, that shit will knock your brain off.
So
I think Tech Nine
since
is
we're
one of
on,
those guys that, like, when you talk about Eminem, you get that, like, oh, he's too technical, he doesn't try, like, Tech Nine is kind of that, but Tech Nine is naturally more sonically pleasing than Eminem, I think. But
yeah,
like, he's technical. He wants to rhyme something in every syllable. He rapping to him is like playing the snare drum as fast as possible, but trying to do it different every time. So you start getting like, it's like, God, how the fuck are you rapping like that? Try to anybody who like
yeah,
tries to rap like Rap God, go try to rap a fucking Tech Nine verse. And I'm not saying that like he's
yeah.
a better rapper than Eminem, but the pockets he finds and the words that he says are a lot harder to enunciate in that way because it's very Tech Nine. Nobody sounds like him. Like, Eminem has created so many Eminems that everyone can rap like that now. That's fucking Logic style, really. I mean, he goes fast in some parts, but a lot of the like, even down to the song they did together, fuck rap, was it like was so many automatic, like homicide, like
Yeah, yeah. Homicide. I remember that.
Eminem
Well, I think
murdered that fucking
I
song.
feel like and kind of Logic's defense here, and I know you're saying that he's doesn't have like a shrine most of the time.
Mm,
I feel like that dude needs. I think he needs to step back at least a year
no.
because he's put out an album or two albums almost every single year.
Mm.
I feel like if he just took a year break and then dropped something, I feel like it would really show more of the talent.
It would show growth too, because like he does do some tracks, but like Logic can sing. Logic has rapping ability, nobody's questioning that. But his portfolio does not showcase so much as what he has, and I think that and that's so hard to say because it's like if Logic ever watched this, not that I plan on that or expect that,
Hey,
you
never
never
know.
know. But if he watched this, I wouldn't want to sound disrespectful. It's more of a critique from a fellow musician, and he could go look at my shit and be like, "Well, you fucking suck." And it's like, it's not a disrespect thing. It's more of a I would love to see Logic at what I feel his best would be, but that's my opinion, you know. But I think that Logic, one of the things that's missing from these fast rap guys is it's more about cadence and pockets than it is about vocal diversity. And what I mean by that is they would rather go than to go or something stupid. You know what I'm saying? They're not putting any
Yeah.
emphasis through the rhyme schemes, and that's where like golden age hip hop and even to people like Roddy Ricch. I hate to say this, Roddy Ricch is a newer guy. He doesn't drop that much music, but he's fucking unique, bro. Listen to his music. He's unique as fuck. It's like these really weird. He's not bad at rapping. He does some auto-tuney shit, but like more than anything, it's his ability to. It's like if you take an old Usher song and structure your rap knowledge off of that. It sounds stupid because
Yeah.
Usher doesn't rap, but this is the thing. When he's coming in, he's like, it's like, all right, we got three cadence changes. We got pops and fucking like, it's like, you don't just say shit as fast as possible. You want to try to put emphasis in the cadence. So it's like, if you listen to like Cleaning Up My Closet by Eminem,
Mm.
hated, discriminated, the first verse, have you ever been hated or discriminated? Like, he's not saying it like that. I'm putting emphasis on it, but he puts emphasis
Yeah.
on it in his own way. Picket signs for my wicked rhymes. Look at the time. Sick is the mind of the mother. Like, it's
Yeah.
putting this emphasis where you're going, bop, 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 and it's keeping it on beat without like,
Yeah.
and it starts to sound just like a fast beat.
Yeah, it becomes repetitive after a while, including the fact if it doesn't have, because at that point you're talking about it just going in a straight line.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing else where it's going up or down. It's just
Mm-hmm. That's
straight.
the only thing that for me, like, cause I've heard some Logic shit where I'm just like, great beat selection. I think what he should try to do to test his own boundaries, because one of the things we all struggle as people and artists and content creators, we got to push our new boundaries. We got to find that new thing that interests us. That thing, like I'm doing podcasts. I've been doing gaming videos for a year. Like, we have to find that thing that's like, this is my new challenge to myself to make myself better. I want to do this. And I think for him, he has to find how to do that within rap. And I think what would help him, make a poppier sound or something, or make more ballady shit. Go Juice World. fucking make some Juice World type albums. See what happens. You might be surprised how good you sound. And then you can mix that in with, like, you got this real melodic, like, fucking Juice World, like, slower, like, yeah, she gon' see my demon, the sabba dabba habba dabba 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 scheme, ooh, nah, sanamu badabu badadada badabu badabada beam, and you know what I mean? Something like just creative, like, random pockets, because with those songs, and one of the things Juice World, a lot of people don't even know about Juice World, even though they listen to him. His songs were so open. That's what made him great. He could freestyle on the song, literally, because it's putting him in a vibe and it's got such open pockets that he could fill it with literally anything and it sounds good and he's confident enough to do so. And when you take somebody like Logic, who's ungodly good at finding basically a small pocket within a bigger pocket to make triples and so on and so forth, he's gonna fucking eat that beat up. Trap beats are popular because of that shit. It creates such a dynamic that you can be free with because it's usually just got this one, like, if you listen to, like, older hip hop beats, you got more stuff like boom, 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 boom. Nowadays, it's literally like fucking boom, psh, boom, psh, boom, like slowed down, fucking almost like a jazz versus blues type sound. Blues, you're over there like then jazz is over here like down, 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 like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like just that swing, that little rhythm change, all of that could really help Logic's music.
There you go. Yeah, I feel like oh shoot, actually, my girl just came home.
Oh, okay. Did you need to
um,
end?
yeah, I think I'll have to cut it off here, unfortunately.
Okay. No, that's fine. I was planning on ending it once we stopped talking about music anyway, so we're right on
Oh,
cue.
gotcha.
Um,
Yeah, sorry about that, but we cut it out early.
no, it's not early.
But
I literally planned on
what?
cutting it short, so I gotta figure out dinner. It's
Oh,
8:00.
gotcha.
But yeah, we'll have to do this again. I want to do the um, we could do like a music playback. That probably wouldn't be a podcast. I'll probably just go live for that. But then we
Yeah,
should definitely do like a podcast, just looking back at artists. Just write down, remember some artists, man. We'll do
I'll
it. That'll
say
be fun.
I'll say because I do listen to a lot of like that is my playlist basically of the 2000s and
Mm,
2010s
no,
and like just
you'll
kind of
think of them
decade. So
while
oh
you're
yeah,
listening. Just be like, "What are they doing?" And then we'll look them up. We'll get a nice little hour or something and looking people up,
yeah, I'm
going down
down,
the
man.
wormhole.
Uh, I'll say including if you want to get anyone else in too, make a nice little
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say
group.
too. Next time we'll see if anyone has any input. It's already fucking hard enough to get one person though, man. I'm not gonna lie. I struggled because
Hey man.
I'm not gonna lie. You didn't respond, and I was messaging a couple other people, and they're like,
Oh yeah.
I'm like, God damn, I would like to get one of these
Yeah, I was
out.
kind of getting. I was kind of getting into some shit today, but I was like, hopefully this dude's free at about 4. That's why I'm gonna be home.
Yeah. But yeah, man, it was nice. I love doing this shit. I'm enjoying it more and more. Um,
Hey, if you need a warped ass co-host, I got you. Man.
yeah, for sure, man. I mean, I always like having different perspectives and stuff. So even if I get into like a hot topic that I really want to talk about, I'll shoot you a text or something. But we'll have to do
Yeah,
the Spotify shit. I probably won't do it tonight, but I'll hit you up and we'll do
yeah,
like a Spotify mix thing. But all right,
cool,
man.
man.
Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Hopefully no one got offended like the pansies that most of you are. Um, uh, But well, that's gonna be it for us. So thank you guys for coming to the incREDible podcast, Red's World. Stay tuned for more to come soon, and we'll see you in the next video or podcast. Peace.